Let's get it in. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy MacMaal back with another episode of MacMaal Mondays. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the sub, hit the like button. Remember, it don't cost you nothing to push your button. I'm gonna let my guests introduce themselves, and we're gonna get right into Monday's discussion. Starting with Va, and then we're gonna go around.
Hey, I'm Big Va. I'm currently at work, so I'm gonna be having my shit on mute, my stuff on mute for a hot second. So I'm gonna catch up with y'all when I catch up with y'all.
My name is Phoebe. I am at home hiding in my bedroom right now. Grandkids running around making a lot of noise.
I'm Satara. I'm at home in the living room. Nobody's here to disturb me, so
I'm jealous.
Amen to that.
My name is Lavita Jones. I'm a confidence coach. I hope you go from basic to baddie in business and in life so you can develop unshakable confidence and strut across the runway of life unapologetically.
Last but not least, this is JB Reacts. I'm a YouTuber. I do reactions, and I appreciate MacMaal for having me on the panel once again.
For sure. I appreciate y'all support. How everybody doing, man? How y'all feeling, man?
Good, man.
I'm hanging in there. Satara look like I almost thought that was Tiana Taylor for a second. So
Uh-oh. I'm glad you could join us. I appreciate it. You missed us last week.
I'm here now. I'm so excited to be here with y'all.
That's what's up, man. So, man, today we're gonna get into some discussions, man. I don't know if I want to go right into spicy, but I want to play this, man. I'm gonna start off with this clip, man, and we're gonna expound off of this right fast.
If a man's trying to talk to my woman, you better make that man talk to himself so he's real clear that you're not interested. So you just give any man your time if he say something nice to you.
No, but I respect people enough to be like, oh, hi. I'm not going to dismiss you.
Wrong. You see that? Listen, if a woman just out here saying hi to everybody, she wide open.
I don't say hi to everybody.
You just said you nice.
If a man say, hey, what's your name? How you doing? Be like, hi, how you doing?
I feel like most women, when a man tries to speak to you, unless you are interested in that man, you should just not say anything.
That's rude.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not rude.
Because what a woman doesn't understand is by you opening your mouth to even say hi back to me, you are giving me the impression that you're interested in this conversation.
If I literally don't
Because most women, I'd rather a woman not say nothing to me. If I say hello, I'd rather her ignore me completely.
Really?
Yeah, don't listen. If you just trying to be nice, I don't want you to be nice. If I'm talking to you, I'm interested. If you're not interested, I would rather her just not say anything. Why go through the rigmarole? Hey, how you doing? My name. Can I get? Wait. Let me finish.
I did all that.
Can I get your number? Oh no, I got a boyfriend. I just wasted a minute of my life. I'd rather you just not say nothing to me.
But did I ever say that when a man approached me when I had a boyfriend? No.
Okay, so when a man approaches you when you have a boyfriend, what do you do?
I'm not gonna talk to them.
I think you're just saying that now because of what I just said. Okay. So we'll talk about that. When a woman has a boyfriend that she's serious with, I feel like she should never even acknowledge another man talking to her. If a man's trying to talk to my woman, you better make that man talk to himself so he's real clear that you're not interested, and hopefully he's not aggressive and he just move away. Otherwise, if a man could get your attention, now he crack a little joke, now he got you laughing, but you don't even give the room for him to do that, it shows the utmost respect to the dude you're dealing with.
It makes sense what you saying.
Amazing. What do y'all think about this clown ass nigga?
I ain't gonna lie, that was goofy.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
He's so motherfucking insecure, Joe. It don't make no sense,
I
bro.
don't agree with that.
Like, you don't want your woman to talk to nobody? Like, here's the thing. I get what he's saying, but he a little too insecure with it because you being a nice person, you never know who she could meet that could change your motherfucking life. You tripping, bro.
I tell my lady just to be friendly just because niggas crazy. Like, don't let nobody down. Don't be rude to nobody and they crash out. and they want to beat your ass now, you know. So I tell women to be very nice with guys, like let them down, you know, easy, you know. Don't be rude, just to be rude. Yeah, be friendly.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a way for a woman to turn a man down without being disrespectful. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She
yeah.
can just say, I'm not interested. Sorry, I got
Mhm.
somebody. She can even lie. If she don't like the nigga, just say, I got somebody. How
Yeah.
y'all women feel? Let's hear what they got to say.
Go ahead, because I got a question too. So
In person, I'm giving my number up all day. Like I'm just gonna give my number up, and then that'll be it. I
You
mean,
giving it
that's different. But in person, I'm giving my number up because people, you know, can be a little aggressive or they do a lot. Some people want to call you right then and there. So I just, to avoid confusion and chaos, I'll just give my number up. I mean,
you always give the number up?
most of the time I've been out, I will give my number up.
And what, you just block them when they call or something?
If text me right then and there or call me and then I won't respond. And I'll be honest,
That's crazy.
most of them don't even try again. Like they'll just be like,
I ain't never heard that before.
me neither.
So you saying men
Never
get
heard
your
that.
number and don't even try
Never
no
heard
more?
that.
then and there, and like if I don't respond, like I've had them try to do a follow-up conversation, but I don't respond, so they'll just stop. I mean, we're talking about grown adult men. So
Right. No, I get it.
I think
get it.
that's meaner than just telling me no. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's worse. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You think
But
so?
I'm like,
But
hell yeah, that's worse. You gonna give me the number and then you
So
like, nah. That's
but
not.
you won't
so
be there to say it though. At least you been and got away. Cause some niggas they
Yeah, but
find out
what if I
right
see
away,
her?
they'll
What if
snap
I
on
see
your
her
ass.
again? What if I see her again? Like that's weird. I'm sorry. Right. My bad. I'm quiet.
What I'll say is, I think that's just rude, like what he was saying, to just not say anything at all. You can have common courtesy for the next person. There's nothing wrong with speaking. You know what I mean? But I do feel that there should be some acknowledgement given to your partner. Um, that rudeness that comes from men when you reject them is unreal, and it's unbelievable how they just cannot handle rejection. Get called all kind of names, and it doesn't make any sense. And this is a true story. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna make it short. A friend, daughter, and her friend actually got shot leaving out of the club by the niggas that they rejected. Now I
Mm.
don't know if they was laughing and snickering about it or whatever, but supposedly the guy kept trying to come on to him and whatnot, and she wasn't interested. The friend's daughter wasn't interested, right? She's with her girlfriend. But I think the way it went was like about 30 minutes or so later, another guy approached her and she entertained that conversation. The first guy who tried to say something to her, he felt some kind of way. Now, with that being said, she got shot about 3 times and her friend got shot, but her friend died. All because,
Oh.
yeah, this happened a couple of years ago. True story. All because she did
he
not want
said
to talk
no.
to him. She
So
said no. She didn't want to entertain it. So I don't give out my number like that, but I get what she's saying. It to just cut all the bullshit is now they just give it to them. And like you said, Maul, if it's necessary to block them, block them. If they seem to be real persistent and won't, you know what I'm saying, let go, fine, go ahead. And just block their asses.
it,
I'm my girl or my
Maybe there's a defense to that.
that's a double-edged sword. Like I look at it on the other end too. Like I understand, and I'm like, there's insecurities, but there's also unfair trauma there too. Because let's flip the script. Because if a woman come approach us and we got a woman, our woman expect us to be real cutthroat, rude, and cutting off the chick. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest now. So I can understand it from if he's coming from that perspective. Like, okay, if you want me to be cutthroat and rude when another chick try to holler at me in that capacity, I want you to do the same thing when it comes to the dudes when it's the script is flipped. But personally speaking, guess what? I'm like, just like I said on Maul's podcast, I just want my woman to be loyal to me, man. So I'm like, yeah, I want you to shine because if ain't no dude trying to holler at you, then I ain't got it going on like that. So I want her to shine like that. You know what I'm saying? I want her to feel good because when we get home, I don't feel good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that one.
You don't think so?
Majority of women all get attention, so I mean,
Yeah,
it don't
whether they
take
ugly or
much.
not, they
It
get
don't take
attention.
much for a female getting attention. So for her, like just to get excess attention, I feel like that could be problematic. Just like wanting her to get excess attention, because just a average chick is gonna get a whole bunch of attention.
Problematic how?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
JB,
because
you said
it's a difference. It's a difference.
What's that?
All women get a quantity of men trying to chase them, but certain women got a different quality of men chasing them. But the numbers
Yeah,
don't change. It's just the quality of men change.
yeah. What you
and then
about to say, Citra? Citra?
let's also be honest too. And we got 3 ladies here who could probably vouch for this. An insecure man is not a sexy man. A man that's secure in what he does and that don't get jealous to that degree stands out the most. So it's like, as a man, the more in control you are with
Well,
your emotions and stuff like that, the more she's gonna gravitate to you.
I'll argue that women do like a dude that's slightly I ain't gonna say insecure, but a little bit controlling on certain situations. You
Yeah.
know, a woman do like a guy that's kind of like want to step in and hey, you mine type shit, or
Don't be
hey,
you.
don't.
Show me I'm yours for sure. Like who?
Yeah, yeah. So all that, like, hey, just go ahead and do you. Yeah, have a good time.
That's
Nah, I
that
think,
toxic shit.
yeah, but see, yeah, y'all still like a guy to be able to put his foot down.
Yeah.
Something
That's why they
control.
like bad guys, because beta males don't do that kind of shit. They don't put,
Yeah,
they be
true.
like, yes, baby, whatever you want, baby.
Yeah,
Happy wife, happy life. See, we'll do it, but we'll still say, sit your ass down some motherfucking way. You feel what I'm
facts.
saying?
Yeah, I
Like, so
definitely,
it's a
yeah,
difference.
Hey,
yeah.
I got a
Vito,
petty.
what you got to say? Wait,
I'm
what
petty
Vita got to
toxic.
say?
Oh
She's
yeah,
I'm
shaking
petty
her
Navita,
head.
toxic.
Navita,
If you
quiet.
smiling kiki in front of a dude, guess what? I'm a smiling kiki in front of a female. I'm petty toxic.
Hold on, check
I'm
this out
sorry.
now. Hold on, I'm so smooth. My situation, I'll try and use my wife's femininity for a benefit. Like if we in certain stores, I want her to be extra friendly with certain sales associates just so we can get certain shit out of it. Because
Man,
I know how
pimping on a
guys
whole nother level.
I know how guys are. So I'll tell my wife to go talk to certain sales associates to be extra friendly, just so he will just acquiesce to her and just try and give her extra shit, be extra friendly. I benefit on the back end, you feel me? So
Yeah, yeah.
that's how I play it.
Women can
So
definitely crack certain ice that men can't. And that's
That's
just a
ooh.
fact.
Oh,
That's
my
just a
mama.
fact. Women's sex always sell. If you got you a fine
always,
woman, you can, man, listen, you can manipulate the system.
that's a fact. But we done got so much free shit.
Nah, I can bet.
Hey, that
Yo,
remind me
hey,
of that people.
especially in home improvement, bro. I'll set my wife in like Lowe's or Home Depot by herself on purpose, just because she's gonna get the most out of the sales associates just looking like a damsel in distress.
Right.
So I'm behind the scenes orchestrating. I'm paying for everything. I'm orchestrating everything. I'm sending all the measurements on certain things that she need to get, but she just looks so lost in there that guys want to help her out. So I'm like, hey, it works out in my favor. So.
Right. Right. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yep.
So what do you got to say? Vita, you ain't saying nothing all day. Let's hear your take.
I was because I like to listen too, but I want to say I agree with, even though I'm not really a fan of Game Guy Goldie, but I agree with not having conversation because just in my own experience, the conversation is trying to lead somewhere. They are trying to see what you own or what you thinking like or and I don't know. I think over time I guess I grew this discernment to understand what niggas are wild out and which ones wouldn't or where they would or where they wouldn't. That I still wouldn't get them my number either. And if they talking to me and I can be courteous, like get them eye contact and smile. And if they keep going, then I know they probably trying to get more out the situation with the conversation. But I'll be quiet a lot if I just like, okay, I ain't even on all that. So yeah,
Mm.
I kind of agree. And if I am, that's if I'm in a relationship or not, because it's like I could just read the energy, like, nah, I'm good. I ain't trying to have no conversation like that. But sometimes if I'm feeling different, I might, and then just keep it moving. But guys always be like, well, are you single? Can I have your number? I'm like, I'm good.
You know
So
what?
So
how many times, like when you tell a man, when you be like, I want to be your friend, and you be like, I don't want no more friends, and you be like, you need another friend. How is that shit?
when they say that, because they say that all the time, that's like every nigga's line. I be like, oh my God. But I be noticing what I always take stock on, like where am I at when that happens. That happened at a gas station a lot. So I'll be like, I gotta get gas before 12 o'clock noon so I can avoid situations like that. But even when they say that, I say friendships take years to build. I had friends 20, 30 years that take years to build. And the fact that you didn't ask me that first, that means you're not genuinely trying to be my friend. And they just be like, oh, so but
That's
they
why I say I'm just trying to juice, keep it going.
right. It just keep it moving. That's long as
I actually kind of understand where y'all were coming from about just giving the number up, even if you're not gonna call. Like that is another good defense mechanism. So not let the person, get upset or angry. It's kind of like a de-escalation. So I kind of understand that slightly.
They give them that Google number.
So like
Google number.
I ain't giving them shit.
I can't.
Hold on, your mic going out. Would you say it again?
Sometimes I'll just like run to the car, or if I'm with my sisters or my friends, I'll feel like, more protection. So I know how to sway them that way. But, sometimes they just super aggressive. And then I know I'm an attractive person, and then not just physically, but my aura and the inside is beautiful too. So I know men, are going to come for me. It's been like that. So I don't like to be rude or anything like that, because there's no reason to be like that. I'm just not like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying my woman can't speak or say anything back, then I wouldn't date a guy like that, because if we're out, I speak back. I'm not disrespectful or rude. I'm not an ugly person, so that's just it. But I'm very loyal, doing all of them are sneaking. In person, yeah, I'll speak back. Him talking about she can't speak back was crazy. Like that's, I'm just, yeah, I don't see it.
But why do? But I do want to know, why do I gotta be considered rude if I just don't want to? If I can acknowledge you without opening my mouth.
Yeah, but he said she can't, like, basically acknowledge back. That's what he was saying. Like, my woman cannot. You gotta be straight face drill. Like, I'm not in prison and you don't own me.
Right.
I know how to behave myself and conduct myself in a classy, mannerable way.
Correct.
Just like how I got you, how you want. Men, they're men. So, yeah, you can speak back without saying something. But he was saying like she can't do anything. She gotta just strict.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
And
That's
you
what
know
makes it
what?
insecure.
To piggyback off of that, right? Two parts, right? For one, I think that other men respect you more when you're not like fucking uptight ass. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got that, when people look at you different, when you got this confidence about yourself. Like I'm not insecure about my woman, and I think she respects you more too. Because I've noticed, and I'm gonna just be 100. I've noticed that when you act like you don't give a shit is when they on their best behavior. But soon as you start caring and start getting insecure and shit, that's when the problems start. As long as you be like, man, that shit ain't
Yeah.
nothing. I'm a big dog. I don't care about that shit. She'll make it a point to herself to prove that she ain't on shit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like a healthy balance. Like, I think they want a certain level of care, but not caring at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, like you could be insecure about funny shit that you really ain't insecure. It just be a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
real shit, no, hell no. The insecure, like you can probably be in the crib with your girl or some shit, y'all having a drink, you'd be like, you better not be cheating on me. I'm gonna fuck you up. You know you ain't thinking about that shit. You just saying some goofy shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like a little joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when
Yeah.
you see a nigga grabbing your phone, who the fuck all that shit? Now you
Yeah.
know it ain't no joke no
Not,
more.
yeah, exactly. Now that'll probably make you insecure on that part instead of doing the joking. When you start grabbing the phone or whatnot, that's when you start looking like, all right, this nigga tweaking.
Yeah, tweaking big time.
Yeah.
Shit.
True self, set you free. You get that. Pick up my phone if you want to.
Oh damn.
Hey, before I get to this next clip, right, I want to ask y'all about that because I see this new footage of Cardi B and Buddy ass on the boats and yachts and shit. Like she doing her big one, bro. Like I fucks with her, bro. What y'all think about that shit, bro?
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. You got to say what you're talking about. I
Well,
ain't see it.
she basically been posting pictures. They've been on the yacht. She taking booty. She shaking her ass on them. He bought her a shitload of flowers, all kinds of shit. He big dogging right now. I fuck with that nigga because he definitely throwing it in Buddy face. Like I got your bitch and I can afford her.
That's what I think. That's what I wanted too. Is it genuine, or is it just more so just get back for Offset at that point?
Ego thing. They not gonna
thing.
last. It's an ego thing. But I fuck with it though.
I think it's a combination of both. But I think, man, low key, I think Cardi B a swinger, man. The way she moved with Buddy, because it's like he's still doing him, and she ain't
No,
getting
she been
jealous.
said she like girls. What you talking about?
Yeah,
You
I
late.
mean, it's like that. That's where it can actually they can make it because they on the same accord. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like there's no when you think about it, line and cheating almost go in hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? But if you on the same accord, then you ain't got nothing to lie and cheat about. You know what I'm saying?
man, we need to. Everybody lies, bro. Like it's just the scale of the lie. Everybody lied, bro. Like
Yeah, I know.
I hate when people say they don't like liars. Like people lied about little shit. When you lie and tell your shorty, "Oh, I'm finna run to the store and you finna go get some ass," you just lied, motherfucker. So
I think women are the biggest liars because
like, come on,
some
man.
of them can't go outside without makeup.
I don't like liars.
I said
I
it.
just don't want to catch you in a lie. Like,
Right,
you
it's
know,
it,
like I said, what I don't know don't hurt me. But if I catch you in
Yeah.
a
I don't
lie,
like
now I'm
liars.
looking at you
yeah. So
sideways.
we need to make it specific that there's a level to the lying that you won't tolerate. You won't tolerate the big lies, like is you cheating on me type of lies. But
Yeah,
if I tell you, oh, I'm going to the gym and I wind up going somewhere else or some shit and play,
Right.
just you know what I'm saying?
That's a lie. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a lie, but I mean, like, it wasn't no harm. You didn't hurt nobody because you stopped somewhere else and didn't go exactly where the
It's-
fuck you said you went. You
But
feel me? Like,
is makeup lying though? That's my question right now. Is makeup lying?
to a degree.
yeah. No, it
To a
is.
degree.
It is.
It enhances the breed. That's just like if you saw a guy before he got his haircut, or he let his just say he was in jail 2-3 months or something, or just didn't have his haircut, then he went and got his haircut, he just looked better. I don't know how to say if makeup is or not, because like girls can have a makeup and you just can't even notice they got it on, and then some girls will have it where you absolutely know it's makeup.
But the ones that wear it and their face look completely different with it off, it's egregious.
I agree.
Even Cardi B, bro. When I seen a video of Cardi B with like no makeup on, I was like, "What the hell?"
No, Cardi B ain't as bad as Kendra G. You need to see Kendra G with no makeup on.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of catfish. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Like y'all gonna wear makeup regardless because y'all just want to enhance your
Kendra
beauty.
G look like the Crip Keeper if she wipe her face with a wet rag one day.
A lot of y'all nowadays, without it on, for the ones who wear it a lot, y'all don't look nothing like how y'all would look with it on.
So let me guess, I'm lying too, right? Because my beard is gray, but ain't nobody never seen it.
Oh shit.
Jamal, you need to let that grow then. That's
You're a
what's
lie.
up.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not ready to be a granddaddy, Craig.
Nah, you don't gotta be a granddaddy. That gray, what's up though?
No,
hey, they say that the ladies say that salt and pepper look is the look right now.
Silver fox.
It ain't even right now. It been a look.
No, I'm cool.
If I had a job that let me grow my beard out, I would have a salt and pepper look right now.
Yes, grown man.
Nice. I like it. It looks nice.
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
Gray it out, Matt. Gray it out.
Hey, look,
Tara,
right?
you like
I ain't finna,
the way my
not
job
finna
set
let
up,
y'all
I can't
trick
do
me
it.
out my spot.
Like salt and pepper. I told you, Jamal, you tripping.
Nah, so here's the thing, right? I don't like the salt and pepper look. I'm trying to wait till it all turn white. I want a complete white beard like my old man got. I don't like the salt and pepper because the salt and pepper for me make me feel like I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Like I could get you or your daughter type shit. That's what go through my head.
That's the best place to be in.
Period. Exactly, LeVar. Period, though.
You
be like,
you can go, younger and you could go older at the same time, man.
Yeah, but see the thing about it is you a little bit over the range that I date when you got that silver fox. See, I'm like around 26, 27, 28. You know what I'm saying?
Like
but on the other end, you can get your sugar mama though.
I don't want no goddamn sugar
they
mama.
Like both. Young girls like gray. Young girls like gray.
I don't want no goddamn sugar mama.
That is so funny.
I'm just saying the older ones looking at younger, so you got the black to cover them. And some of these older women they got these young girls beat. And then with the younger girls, they like maturity, so the gray will pop out a little bit. So you'll be in the right spot with the salt and pepper look.
You know, I get what you're saying, but I cannot agree and say that these older women got these younger girls beat. They definitely do not. But however, there are some very nice looking older upper age ladies. I will give them that. You know, I definitely will give them
that. What's the age range of these upper age ladies?
I mean, here's the thing: if you could keep a nice shape at Okay, if you really, I would say after like 30, but I'll give women grace and say if you can keep your body together after 35, chances are you're gonna be nice. You know what
For
I'm
sure.
saying? Because
For sure.
35 is like, that's a milestone that when women start kind of declining physically, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So if you can keep yourself up past 35, you done a good ass job as a woman.
Yeah,
That's
they got to
true.
use the other oil. They can use Pennzoil, high mileage, stuff like that.
He said the high mileage.
The motherfucking knees go out. They
You
can
know, they got to use the other synthetic.
Whatever.
The synthetic
I don't know
blend.
what y'all
Hey, it's
at.
the
I don't
blend.
know what y'all.
You
The
gotta use
older
the
girls
blend.
winning. I don't know what y'all at because the older girls winning.
I mean,
I mean, yeah, I would say in the aspect of because
uh,
they more ahead in the financial area because
You talking
they
about
had time
looks?
to build. No, I mean,
Looks.
here's the thing.
uh,
No, I definitely agree
yeah,
with you. There are some nice looking older
yeah,
women. I will
I
give you
agree.
that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Um, and the reason why I say they probably putting pressure on the younger women in that aspect because they had a longer to live to establish a life. So an older woman might have a house paid for. She might have a
Who
house,
cares?
but
I'm talking about looks only.
hold on. But the thing about it is, a man's mindset is always gonna be set for a woman that's probably set between early 20s to like late 20s.
Yeah.
That's just how our mind is wired. Like that's usually when women are at their most beautiful. It's like when you're young and you think you usually young guys who are into older women, that's like a fetish almost when you think about it. So
Yeah.
even when you get to that older age, that don't mean you ain't beautiful, but usually even an older guy's mindset is still stuck in that 20s range of beauty. It usually
right?
stay with us until we die. It's always
And
like
I'll give it to the women like this, right? You
hmm
know how y'all say keep the silver fox, like y'all like older men.
that.
Why? Because older men probably more established, got more
But it's
wisdom.
different.
They act,
Different.
you know how you look. If I say okay like this, right? If I say Vita, would you date a 21-year-old? What
You're
would
gonna
you
probably
say?
Hell
say
no.
no.
Hell no.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
how we feel vice versa. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
The same way you feel about a 21-year-old is how we feel about a 41-year-old.
But you know what? That's if you're looking at them like the stick around and long term. And I think this is my opinion now from what I've seen and experienced. Where the older women are beating the younger women out is the older woman knows what she wants and she can play her position.
And what does that mean?
Man, like if you notice, if you ever shot at one over 40, you just be like, look, I'm not ready for no relationship. We could just link up from time to time. Oh, okay, that's all I'm on. And it
Yeah.
ain't gonna stop nothing. They start thinking like bros after a while. I'm like, all right, I'm
True.
cool.
Yeah.
And then you can
Older.
still move. They know what they
Mhm.
want and they be cool with playing their position. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they don't play no games with it. They value the honesty part above all else.
Yeah.
Well,
With the
I
younger
can
women,
say this.
the younger women gonna play a little games because
She
women
got
like
more
options.
options.
They
Well,
like
and
options,
that
and they
that
don't want
youth
to.
is
They don't
going.
want to cancel out their options. They want to keep all their options within arm's length,
Yeah.
and that's where it can
I
get
would say
dicey.
yes and no because I've had older women that do both. They are still crazy. They are
Yeah,
still
Yeah.
playing games
That is true.
and all kinds of shit. They never grew up. They always want to be a Toys R Us kid.
Oh
So
my God. Where
that's
do
that
y'all
Peter Pan
find these
syndrome. That's that
people?
Peter Pan
what do you
syndrome. I would
mean?
say.
That's
I'm an
true.
experienced man. Shit. I mean, and it's like I see both sides to everything. See, for me, like, don't get me wrong, I love having sex with younger women, but I would never cuff one. I ain't got time for this shit. I ain't got time for it.
That
So
is.
I'll just,
hmm
I'll play the game or however she want to play it, get what I need, she get what she need. It's transactional, you know what I'm saying? But as far as me trying to be with one and make her my wife, fuck no. I hell no. No, 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 no.
Well,
No,
would
no,
you
no.
would you see yourself marrying an older woman, or do you not see yourself getting married at all?
No, I definitely see myself getting married.
So what would be
So
your ideal?
right now in this current position,
Hmm.
I'm delusional as fuck. And I'm working
Okay.
on that. Okay. I'm working on that. I'm
Mhm.
really working on that because what I want, it ain't out here. And I done made
Okay.
peace with that. It just ain't out
What?
here.
Let me hear what you want. What you want? Let me just hear a couple things.
So by me being experienced, I experienced the older woman and the newer woman, right? And so I'm trying to mesh them two together and it ain't working. I want me a young badass woman around 25 that think like she 45. It ain't
Yeah,
gonna happen.
that's a build. That's a build a bit.
And
Okay.
on top of that, I don't want no more kids. So now I gotta find a young motherfucker with no kids because I don't date women with kids. So I gotta find a young motherfucker that
This
don't
nigga
got no
got 4
kids
kids.
that don't want no kids. You see what I'm saying? Now is it making sense how delusional I am?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
get it.
because you got kids, but I say maybe you could get a woman that looks 25, but she might
No,
be 35 or 32 or 38 and don't want
so
no kids and want to be married.
man, look, every woman that ain't got a child at least want to have one. I don't want no more baby mamas.
Nah,
I'm done with that shit.
you'll
I
be
done
you'll be
tried. This philosophy got me 5 baby mamas. Not fucking with
And
women
then
with kids.
he's such a hypocrite.
Digging out the sugar bowl. They always young. They always didn't have no kids. And I'm steady trying to make them my wife. And
you'll
I'm
you'll
too
be
experienced for these young ass
you'll be
girls.
you'll be surprised at how many women are like real selfish. Like they done had they carburetor snatched out already because they say they don't want to have no kids. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I think me personally, I think when they do that, man, they're gonna kind of lack that maternal instinct. They ain't gonna have that nurturing gene in them. You know what I'm saying?
You know that
So
nurturing gene from
Well,
my
wait, Jamal,
experience.
you got a little baby. How you gonna
Yeah,
merge your little baby?
right. So that's another thing. I don't want no females around my daughter.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
How she
So
gonna be in a relationship? How she gonna be your wife and you don't want her around your baby?
man, she got a
EAB,
mama. She don't need no another one. She
he
got a
So
wanna
mama.
how? So you would have a baby and not live and come to the house?
Man, didn't I just tell you I was delusional before we even started this?
BAB.
Is it starting to make sense? I
Yes and
literally
no.
just said that. So like, yeah, I'm all over the place right now, man. So I'm gonna have to settle in some areas. I just don't know where I'm trying to settle in. Honestly, that's
JB,
the
help a brother out, JB.
JB married.
I don't know.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Help a brother out, JB.
You're gonna have to consolidate on certain things. I mean, but like I said, I'm gonna say this: once you've been a single guy for so long, it's hard. Like my brother in the
Yeah.
in the market out there, and all he
Mhm.
do is just bust down chicks. So when you in that space, it's hard to get out of it.
And you know the crazy part about this is right. So throughout my journey of having kids and shit, right? I've been in and out of relationships. I haven't been single for no more than 4 months since I was 16 when I had my first child. I'm
Yeah.
jumping in and out of relationship. So right now is the longest I ever been single in my life. I've been single almost 6 years now, right?
Yeah.
I have got so much peace, so much freedom. I can do what the fuck I want to do. I don't need nobody half on the rent. I don't need none of that shit. And I'm happy. And it's hard for me. That's another thing.
Yeah.
I don't want no girl telling me what the fuck to do. I don't want nobody telling me when to get off the game or when to stop recording
Yeah.
videos or come spend time with me and let's watch Netflix and let's go out on a date. I don't want to do all that shit. I
No,
just
that's
don't want to do
real.
that shit. I want to move when the fuck I'll get ready to.
I hate to say it, man. A lot of chicks, they'll put a lot of stress into your life. Don't be wrong, they add benefit too, but it's gonna be some stress and it's gonna pull you
Man,
away
a
from
lot of
things you want to
stress.
do.
It's
Yeah, it is true.
it's definitely give and take. Like
Yes.
I
Then that's
think
another
I,
bill.
I
Shit, on
think
top of that.
no
Bill,
seriously.
yeah.
I think
Sorry, ladies.
they out there.
No, that's cool. That is real. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just
They out
true.
there. But
It's true.
if you can get one that can respect your space and your
Yeah.
structure, and they are out there. It's a low
Yeah.
percentage of them, but they out there.
Yeah.
You can
Hey,
find that one,
hey,
but it's
listen,
you got to conform in certain parts. You know.
bro, you gonna deal with that shit no matter what. Good girls come with problems.
That is true.
So I mean,
That's true.
like you can't avoid an emotional being because she
Oh,
don't even know who she's gonna be 5 days from today. None of these women, when their emotions kick
A
in,
lie.
you are not gonna talk to the same motherfucker you talking to right
A
now.
lie.
They ass changed like the weather.
A lie.
I know how to get them back right, Maul. I'm
They-
JB Maul. I know how to get them back right.
what's the plan?
Buy them tacos.
oh
He
man.
said, hey, food is a way for a
Tacos,
woman to
That,
Y'all
start
need
that
to
though.
stop saying all
and tequila
women.
Food,
fix everything.
seafood.
All women, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
no,
No,
Thank
my
you.
thing is
seafood.
this. My thing is this though, right? For me, right? Because I'm a Virgo, right? And for a woman to be with me, she have to learn me, right? It's
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
like this. It's not when you ask. It's not what you ask. Is when you ask with me. Like when I want to chill, don't ask me to do nothing.
Right.
And then when I want to do something, you want me to chill. That's the shit. The women's timing be off with me. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I say, when I just want to relax, it's always something need to be done. When I got the energy and I want to be the man of the house, it ain't shit to be done because I done it when I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's always even with like when you trying to build something, right? Just say you got a girlfriend and you trying to build something. Do you know how far away she gonna take you off your journey if she's not on the plan?
Or
Like, and I'm saying like this: when you trying to build something, you know how men is.
you think men?
We're not as cosmetic as women, so it don't take a lot for a man to maintain. Women constantly need money, even if they ain't doing shit. They need money.
I gotta get my hair
They
done. I gotta
it
get my
costs
nails done.
women money to do nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I gotta
A
get my
That's
man
why
can
I
put
said,
up all his bread,
bruh,
and it's like,
that's
I gotta
why
get
that's
my
why I
boots
said
wet.
on my stream. I said on my stream, I'm not about to compromise myself for something that's gonna drain me mentally, physically, and financially. At the age I'm at, I'm not about to compromise myself for any female.
How old are
Because
you, JB?
I'm 34. I just turned 34. I be forgetting.
34. I'm the
Yeah, I'm
senior in
34.
this month. No, Phoebe the senior.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Am I the youngest? I'm probably the youngest, right?
Shit.
I'm the youngest.
I don't know how old
Hey,
anybody is. So I don't know.
Satira got quiet and started fixing her hair like, nah, I'm the young.
I'm
she trying to pop her shit.
I'm trans age. You know, I go by different ages at different times.
Oh, you part of the universe. Okay, I see what you're doing right now. You part of the universe.
Oh
Okay,
man.
I'm gonna throw this clip on real quick. Let me see. Hold on, give me 1 second.
So do you guys believe this? A man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, and a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness.
I don't believe that.
That's deep. I believe
I believe it.
Because you guys are the men.
No, because it happened to me in real life.
Yeah, I believe that, and that happens a lot. I think it's listen. This is hard for you to accept it because I don't think I think you would be different.
No, yeah, you're good. But my mom left when I was like 1 or 2.
See, that gives me chills.
She
like,
disappeared.
Thinking about that.
Not disappeared, but like she was wanting to like go do young people stuff and go party and stuff like that. While my dad had to sit, go to work and take care of me. She did come back eventually, but that's picking happiness over her family.
It gave me like chills.
Why?
I don't know. It's sad to think about. A man would sacrifice his happiness for his family. A woman would sacrifice her family for her happiness.
Just they're like cats, a little more selfish.
That clip was deep, man.
Man, what do we have here? I want to hear what the ladies got to say. Let's go on here with Satira. What you got going on?
I mean, no, I don't agree all the way. We sacrifice our family for happiness is crazy. Like, no, not in my case at least. Like, my family comes first. Everyone's different. Like, I'm not always out at the club. I take my kids to school. I pick them up. I pack their lunches. I teach them. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that statement.
You mean in a relationship, not far as your immediate family. You mean like the family you make, like with your husband.
I don't have a husband, so.
I mean, if you're in a relationship. So like, I'm gonna let the lady speak and then I'm gonna go. Go ahead.
Listen to you first. I want to know exactly what you were saying so I can piggyback off it or respond to it. So if you're in a relationship,
So basically, when you're in a relationship, this is I'm not sure if you're aware, but like I think I don't quote me on the numbers, but I want to say 70 to 80% of marriages end in divorce initiated by the woman. And when you look at why the divorces happen, is usually because a woman is not happy. And what happens is a man will stay in a relationship unhappy just for the kids, or he'll find another reason to stay. But a woman won't, instead of her finding reasons to stay, she'll try to find reasons to leave. And that's why y'all leave us all the time. So initially speaking, y'all choose y'all happiness over your relationship, because most men, I'll be honest, most men that are married are not happy. I hear them at the gym in the circles talk. They go, this is why they getting in shape. They don't even want to go home. So they rather go to the goddamn gym and work out. You see what I'm saying?
Anyway.
Right. So
But I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm gonna help the ladies out real quick, okay? And I just need y'all to answer 3 questions for me.
Okay.
We haven't even said nothing yet, Bob.
I'm saying that. Hold on. Do you
No.
believe?
He said he want to hear from the 3 ladies, and you
Go
didn't give us
ahead. Go
a
ahead.
chance to talk.
Y'all was kind of hesitant. You know, y'all kind of
Yeah,
hesitant. So go ahead.
we weren't hesitant. We was letting them talk. And since I opened my damn mouth, what was the question?
Uh-oh, we got that Robin spirit coming out. There you go.
I knew it was around here somewhere.
Go ahead, Fee.
No, you know what? It's some truth to that. It is. Women, we are very, and I think some of us can try to control it, but if you're born with a vagina, it's kind of like embedded, can't do anything about it. But it takes a lot of mental strength with that.
She get cut off. What happened?
I think the weed kicked in.
Phone froze.
That's some strong shit.
Well, for me, I didn't leave because I was unhappy. I left my last relationship because he was disrespectful. But I mean, I stuck it out for a very long time.
How was he disrespectful when you met him?
No, not
How
really.
does that work?
I mean, we were together a long time, but I think he just he started making more money, and
Oh,
he
Oh, okay. He was feeling himself.
yeah, and very controlling and disrespectful to me. So that's I didn't leave because I was unhappy, because I was unhappy a lot of the time, but I had created a family, so I wanted my family to work. So I would,
Let me ask you: Did he want you to change by any chance? Did he want you to do things different? Did he ask you things? Because usually when guys start making more money, they start pressing the issues that they couldn't press when they didn't have the money.
The shit they really wanted to say.
Exactly.
No, it make them more who they already was.
The shit they wasn't really trying to tolerate. They
know,
trying to tolerate
I
it.
agree. I agree. But there's another additive. Like, if you didn't have anything, you start making lifestyle changes when you find your come up. When you come up, right? Because from a man's perspective, the only thing he's thinking is, "I'll be damned if I go back to being that way and having to move like this and stuff like that." Like, I like the freedom. I like the opportunities I can create. I like going on vacations. I like being able to go get this and do this for my family. And when you had struggled in that area before, and then when you come up and it's like it's not a problem to get those things, your mind is like, I'd be damned if I go back to that situation. So sometimes it can be rooted at that. It can be rooted at that.
Well, but what that got to do with how he disrespected her? That should never be. He's disrespecting the mother of his child, who is still down, still there, still loyal, ain't cheated, ain't disrespecting him, don't got no outside kids, ain't doing nothing he doing, and he's doing that and want her to eat that, and she's no longer wanting to eat that. Yeah. Y'all need to stop.
I'm not trying to justify his bad behavior.
Nah, nobody.
But men are opportunists. Men are all
for sure. For sure. Yeah.
So hold on. So
we got together. I've always been like this, So I feel like he wanted me to change how I dress. I couldn't go to lunch with my girlfriends anymore. Like, it was just becoming very stolen. And I go to my mom's house and he'd be texting me, starting an argument. So it just became too much, for me. I don't like to argue. I'm not that confrontational, and I'm very secure with myself. So I don't want to argue with my man. I have to fight the world. I don't want to come home and argue.
But ladies,
I asked that question because I'm a guy. Oh, my bad, bro. And I already knew what was going on behind the scenes without even have to dig too deep. Especially when you say he started making more money. His positions on how he felt when he didn't have the money were always there, but they were going to come out even more once he made the money. And then I hate to say this, but sometimes a lot of women are reluctant on not changing. They're not going to want to change. They're not going to want to, acquiesce to what the man wants. Now, I don't know exactly. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was that he wanted, but a lot of women usually give a lot of pushback. Let's say a guy wants his girl to work out. Let's say he wants her to change the diet or do certain things. That woman doesn't really fully submit, and maybe the situation isn't there for her to do that. But usually the thoughts are always in his head, and when it can come out, they're gonna find its way out. So if he start making more money, it's gonna come out. If he let's say he win the lottery, it probably really gonna show itself. If he becomes a celebrity, it's probably gonna show itself even more. That's why usually rich guys always a lot of the time they end up sometimes upgrading from the one that they with, because they usually leave that situation behind if that woman's never gonna fully change all the way.
Can I add on to you, JB, and look at it from the other end? And to get back to the video,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You admitted that you left because he became disrespectful, and the light is not being shed on is, I'm not sure a lot of women are aware of how hurtful, emasculating, and disrespectful they are when they articulate themselves towards a man. And we still stay.
I'm very feminine, not so much as masculine. So I know how to be submissive and speak, and I don't mind submitting to my man. I'm not one of those women who have to have the last word, last say. So maybe I'm not taking accountability, but I think I was good. It's just that he started mistreating me the more money he would make, especially because he was insecure.
Right.
I don't know why you did change. That was my take. That was my thing.
So the money just amplified the asshole.
Right. That's who he was the whole time. That's who he was the whole time. And no matter how good you were, it was not ever going to be good enough. And this what y'all be having to realize. That's why I can see what the guy said in the video, like, where it happened to me. But really, mothers are it's single mothers. Like, you hardly hear the term single fathers. It's more single mothers than anything. She didn't abandon her child. Now, however she got in a situation to get the child, we ain't going to go there because that'll be just all day. But at the end of the day, them baby mamas still be wanting to be with their baby daddy. They still really do. But they do a lot of times. They do. Like, they might not act like it. They acting a fool because y'all not together. But if you sat her down and asked her, she be wanting to be with him. It's just they can't agree or whatever on whatever. But at the end of the day, women don't just always, like, we have to be the caretakers of the kids. We ain't just abandon the kid. But when them niggas act a fool and you doing everything right, y'all don't like to talk about that though, because they will. That money just make that nigga more of who he already was, and that's what he already would have did. And then he think he can get somebody better than you and all this, because now he this and that. When really they only gonna like him for his money. That's why you just gotta stay on your own thing and no matter what, and don't lose your own thing. And when JB said they don't want to work out and eat, first of all, he should always lead by example. If, like, I was a vegan in my marriage 10 years, my husband was not. But I still ate how I ate. It didn't influence me how he ate. I stayed on what I was on because that's what I was on. I worked out, and even though he didn't. He wasn't fat enough, but I worked out still. So it don't matter. If somebody wants you to do something, you can't force them or be like, well, I'm leaving you if you're not. Yeah. Because they want a prerequisite to marry you. So
you are 100% right on that. But like I said, you're right. That wasn't something that was already established early on. But a lot of guys still want to implement good, habits into their female. And I'll be honest, a lot of the times they don't want to change them habits. They take a lot of time sometimes.
Now, can I ask y'all this? When you think about the dynamic of being with like a rich or wealthy man, right? Are you okay with playing dumb to get taken care of?
Yeah. What do that mean though? What do that mean?
Like, like you living your life and he doing what he doing. Not in a disrespectful way, but just he gonna be doing him when he ain't around you. Yes. Are you okay with that?
I can play dumb.
Well, let me say,
and you gonna move right too.
Dealing with wealthy men, it depends on what am I agreeing to. Like, if we just dating,
no, I'm saying you being his wife. And you living, you don't gotta work, you don't gotta do shit. He taking care of you, you living lavish, you doing whatever you want to do, but you know that he doing him. He's just not disrespectful.
I can see that being a situation if you're married to like a celebrity athlete. You get what I'm saying? They are active. They're gone for 2-3 months at a time. They filming elsewhere. You get what I'm saying? If you have you attractive, they could. But if you got a family and your own thing, y'all got business and stuff like that lined up, you can't be running up behind him all the goddamn time. Who wants to do that shit anyway? To start off with, kids or not. But if he's traveling and doing that, these basketball players and shit like that, when they're doing that, you still got a family at home. Y'all got businesses that needs to be going on. I think you would be very fucking naive to think that this nigga is gone for 3-4 months and ain't shit happen. I'm not saying that they can't do it. I can't. Even so, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I believe all of them will. I feel like all of them are capable of doing their own thing. Will all of them do it? I don't know. But as a female, you can't sit there and try to psych yourself out like this nigga just want to be 1,000% faithful to you this whole time.
Oh, so that's
right. Don't bring it home. Don't bring that shit home. Don't let me see it. I don't want to find it. Keep it the fuck over there.
Is it a certain price on the guy for what y'all willing to follow? Like, does it have to be a certain amount that the guy has to make to how much you're willing to change or follow him?
No
amount. Millionaire, rich guy, you don't have to work rest of your life. And he wants you to get on a certain program. Would you get on it? Or you still gonna have pushback?
Like, I was pescatarian with my ex for 6 years. It was great. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's in a great direction, absolutely. The man is the head of the household. We follow the man. Yeah.
The last couple Mondays we had this question.
Wait before you say that, LeVar, I'm gonna say this. All right. This is my advice coming from dating wealthy men. Them niggas don't lie like what y'all think, what y'all saying. I'm not saying they don't lie, but they don't lie what y'all think. So what you saying, JB, is he's gonna lay the plan out. If the plan is big enough that it includes me, I don't have to, like, he's going to say, this is my role, this is going to be your role, and this is how you benefit from agreeing to this. And it's clear, and it's on paper, and it's like in a way that it's guaranteed. Because that's how rich men do. This is how they lock in their women, because they know if you want to feel like you want to get up and leave, you gonna need a reason to stay here, because one day everybody
we listening. Go ahead. We listening.
So at the end of the day, when he say, this is my program, this is my role, this is your role, this is how you benefit from staying with me while I'm doing this, because I need to have a front of a family while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. But I know you as a human still gonna want a husband. So if I don't want you cheating or doing while I'm gone 3 months, this is how I'm going to give this to you, and you can have this loyalty back to me. And it's going to be in writing, and you're going to have it, and you're going to be okay with that. So that's the only time I would say 9 times today in time, because my son's 22. So I don't need, if you're going to be gone, we're going to be doing all that together. So if I can't fit into that, then no, okay.
Miss Vita, that's under the assumption that you're the main chick.
Yeah.
You can be the jump off. So the only paper I might need to send you is the NDA.
Okay, if you send me an NDA, that means I know I'm the jump off. I'm saying no matter what, if what I'm agreeing to is benefiting me and it's on paper and it's signed, it's notarized, I know the accountant, I know the lawyer for it. Like, I ain't goofy. I know how to do contracts, all of that. So you not just having me sign up for something while I'm the ass end of it. And if you feel like you don't want to do this no more, I'm just looking stupid, I'm trying to make it well. No. This is going to benefit me from the very day one to the very last day, whenever that day is, however it comes about.
So basically, you saying that you need it in writing that you gonna be straight if you submit to these.
And she got to get something out of it.
Well, I agree with that. I mean, if you're gonna give a motherfucker your whole life, you should have something to speak for it. I mean, I totally don't agree. Now, if a man, here's the thing, right? Just say this. Say if I was very wealthy and I dated a woman who dedicated her whole life to me, right? And then it didn't work out. Obviously, I'm not gonna give her fucking 50 million, but I'll still make sure she's straight. I'll give her 2 or 3, but I ain't gonna give her, women be outrageous. They try to take your ass to court and take every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's when they do that, that's because the guy trying to give them nothing or way less than what she might have helped him to get. That's the difference.
But the thing about it, you trying to put a price on what you willing to give. You never gonna actually submit to it, because there's plenty of guys that you can submit to now that could possibly give you a good life, and you won't do it. So just because you're trying to put a higher price to it, you're still not going to do it. Most women don't stick to those contracts or those things to where, I'm gonna do this to keep the man.
Well, that's most women.
They don't do it.
You know what they do, JB? They get with the program.
That's why I said I'm not saying I would do
like
it just outright. I just said I wouldn't. That's not what I'm looking for at this time. That's what I said. But I said
a woman will go with the program until she get used to your ass. Once she get used to your ass, she gonna bring out her devilish ass ways.
Exactly.
And she gonna act just like she did with the broke nigga.
You have to be like that pre-made already. Before the contract, that just has to be you. If you going into it with this whole contractual agreement, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to be taken care of like this, you're not going to stick to it.
In layman's terms,
how you gonna tell me what I'm gonna do?
Hold on. In layman's terms,
because you're gonna get used to it.
Are you in it now?
I'm not in it now, but I'm saying to you, if I'm speaking from experience to say I did that already and worked how I worked. Not to say it had to be long term, but whatever it was and it was fulfilled. I ain't say that was my marriage. I'm just saying that if that's what's proposition, that's what I want to be on at the time. Just like the man is on that at the time. Like who would turn down $50,000, $100,000 to date somebody once every other month when they come around and they have access to you versus dating somebody that don't got that. Women will take that, but at the same time, that's why I said in a marriage, when you saying no, I want more than that. I want a loyal person. I want a man. I want him to be here with me. I want to be here with him. I want a family. I want to raise him. I want to cook, clean. Then you say no to that. So
in layman's terms, it sounds good like Satara, but when it go bad, it gets real Robinish.
Yeah, because they ain't loyal to shit, but they feeling. So they can tell you all the good shit when they happy, but soon as they ain't happy
neither
no
one
more.
of y'all never had agreement. Neither one of y'all never had contract agreements and y'all not used to it. Y'all got to understand right now online, dating is online. It's way more sugar daddies than sugar babies. It's way more niggas with bags on yachts with money, got M's, B's, and T's, millions, billions, trillions, who is looking for this all the time.
It ain't that many of them.
Coach Vita, I got when I was with my baby mama, it was all that I'm not gonna keep your child away from you. We get divorced, we don't get along. It's been a year since I see my kid. So
how much money
that's on paper. That's on paper that I'm supposed to see my kid every blue moon, and she don't respect nothing that paper say.
Okay, well, she ain't getting no money neither, and y'all didn't set that up in the beginning.
No. Guess what?
He got to pay for his child.
I got to pay for.
But I'm talking about y'all. That situation was based on love, so it shouldn't be compared to what I'm talking about. Because what I'm talking about is not love.
Nah, it was based on a come up.
I didn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Though you keep talking about all this contractual agreements. You need to be able to rock out with somebody whether they got it or not. If you found you a good one, that contractual agreement ain't gonna keep you there.
Didn't I say y'all not listening? Listen to me, JB. I said if that is not about love, then it's about business. It's transactional. If it's about love, then that's not the case. And I'm saying that because I did that in the marriage 10 years, and it was not no. It was.
But we talking about marriage. We still on the.
Fellas, I see where Vita's going with this when she said put it on paper, and here's the root of it. The way society and the justice system is set up, they hold us accountable and punish us if we don't live up to our end of the contract. But a woman doesn't have the same repercussions.
Okay, let me help you out. Let me tell you this. Let me throw this in. Hold on.
On paper
y'all
is
always
very
talk
important.
about all women. I had a private marriage. We did not have public. It was not under the government. We did not go to court. We did not do none of that. We did our own private contract. We went in the relationship. I'm talking about marriage, because you know marriage when you have a license that's under the government. Y'all not married to each other. You married to the government. He and she is each married to the government, not each other. That's what the marriage license, gun license, fishing license is no different. That's what that is. So when you don't have that and y'all have private contracts of marriage, you do that, and then you can separate them amicably separate from that. That's what I'm saying to you.
Now, do you get these contracts notarized when you do this, or how are they able to stand up?
You still have to have two witnesses, just like you do with a marriage license. You got to get it notarized. You can have a minister there, but it's not. You can have a notary, or you can have an official minister or a peace officer.
So when you get divorced, it don't cost you. You don't cost you an arm and a leg. Then, right? That's what you're saying.
It don't. And what you saying is like the woman got to do this, the man got to do this. And if they didn't do it, you say, look, you said she was gonna give me 3 kids. I only got 1 baby. I only got 2 kids. So you said you was gonna give me the house, and now you want the house. Then y'all say, okay, how we gonna work it out?
How did you get into these? How did you get into these like type of contractual agreements?
Okay, so if you look online,
she's teaching me something.
It's called How to Marriage, Private Marriage, or Marriage for Dummies. Called Marriage Contracts for Dummies, where you could do them yourself without the government, so that you could protect yourself from stuff like her taking all your money, and you can make your own prenup. All of this, you don't have to.
What I'm saying is, how is these millionaires? Go ahead, JB.
My bad. who put you into doing? Is it just you, or did somebody more push you to start like wanting to dive into that? Is it you or somebody else got you thinking like this?
Well, I say my dad, because I do study law as I don't call myself an attorney, but I'm a non-attorney legal advocate, and I do study law, and I do a lot of my own contracts for business and stuff like that. But I got into it because my dad came home one day and said he beat his traffic ticket or something without an attorney, and I was like, "Oh, you could win a case without a lawyer?" He was like, "Yeah." And then when I started to look into that, I started seeing more and more and more. And the Black Panthers made a difference too. The Afeni Shakur, when she exonerated 21 Black Panthers without a lawyer, I'm like, oh wait, this is a real thing. So I started to study it and was like, wait, you don't gotta put the government in your business. Okay.
Only reason why I asked that, because this is something that you already kind of came prepackaged with. So this is something that was just already in you. So nobody had to really convince you on that. So that's really why I was just asking that. Okay.
So that's why I said it's two different. But don't get me wrong, JB, right? Because I was married, then I wasn't. That relationship was based in love. But if somebody propositioned me wealthy and say, hey, I would love to have you on my payroll, and I understand that's what that is, it's not love.
Yeah.
And I would only turn that down because I'm in a relationship. So if I'm not, I don't want to say only, but I would turn it down if I have no attraction, no benefit. I just don't want to do it. But if I say like, oh, that's not bad. Okay, I can see me doing that. It's a 3 month, 6 month, 8 month, 10 month, whatever. Okay, that's different. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's different. Like, if men with money think different than men that don't got the money. No shade. Just like when y'all say all women, some women hoes and some women not. So we don't all think the same or act the same or be the same.
Even a man with money still wants. That's the thing about it that you miss also. Granted, you might say money might separate a lot of guys. Guys are still gonna be guys.
They still, we all think the same. It's just most of us ain't got the money to say what we want to say. That's all it is. We all think the same.
But I'm telling you, if y'all had $1 million coming into your bank account for 1 year for the next 10 years, you would not be the same exact person you are today, because you would have to develop yourself to keep that money.
No, hold on.
No, we don't mean business sense. We mean
my mindset. My mindset now, I'm already structured to be able to manage a lot of money.
Right.
See, I'm a minimalist. That's why I'm saying. See, even from the previous stream that we had, the way how I think, y'all don't even think like that when it comes to the way how you move with money. So we can't sit here and say if you have $1 million. No, a lot of people have $1 million right now. They probably gonna fall into something bad. They probably gonna develop bad habits. You know, and that's why the premise of why I even asked you that, because the mindset has to be there in the beginning before it all starts. The person's mindset has to be constructed a certain way.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me play this next clip. I'm about to play the next clip real quick. Bear with me.
Most women, because he broke her vows, she still maintained hers. It wasn't about that he was still taking care of, because most men came home and gave the woman all the money.
Yeah.
He kept enough to drink and cheat with and gave her all the money so she could pay the bills.
Facts.
Most men in that time didn't pay bills. He gave her the money and she paid the bills. She went grocery shopping.
But it's not her money.
But this what it was about. I took a vow before God. And this vow is a covenant. I'm not breaking this covenant because my husband cheated. She wanted to maintain her dignity even though her husband didn't. She wanted to maintain her vows. Her pride came in saying, I never broke my vows. He did.
Tell him, OG, tell him.
Today's women want to get even.
Preach.
The women before you didn't want to get even. She got even by not doing wrong to you. And in the process, you felt horrible as a man.
Facts.
You stopped cheating. You stopped lying. You started confessing your wrongs to this woman because you saw her do no wrong. That's how you beat the man. That's how you beat him. You can't beat him. You can't beat him getting even with him. You'll lose, because nobody shames a man for being a whore, but they'll shame you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, who want to go on the first take?
I want to hit Phoebe. Go Phoebe, because Phoebe got cut off last time.
She got to get that Wi-Fi together.
I know. My phone kept kicking out. I had to get on my laptop.
Yeah, my shit acting up. I agree with what he's saying. I do. I don't know what else to say to it. Y'all disagree with what he said.
See, good woman. One cheat back on him. That's me too. I ain't got to cheat. I'll bounce.
Same.
After he cheat is over with though.
No,
Damn.
they say she don't even leave. She don't cheat back. She don't leave. She keep doing. She fulfill her vows.
Yeah.
He broke them already. It's
Here's the
crap.
thing. Here's the thing. He broke them. She doesn't give her the right to break them herself because he broke them.
What the fuck? No, y'all don't
No. But hold on. Because if you believe in the afterlife, you have to account for your own sins. So if he go out and cheat, that's on him.
Yeah.
But then
that's
you
real.
can't stand at the pearly gates like, oh well, yeah, I did. I committed adultery because he did it first.
No, I'm not
Don't
saying
apply.
cheat, but it's over. The relationship over. I'm gonna still be there for my kids.
But check this out though. He is completely right because you can get that can be your ultimate get back at a man and maintain your femininity at the same time because, like I said last week, what women don't understand is men beat themselves up harder than y'all can ever imagine, right?
Good for him.
So if you stay true to that, we gonna live with that regret with the rest of our lives.
Good for you.
And think about this: when you look at the older generation, I'm talking about a generation or two before us. Those men and women still had that bond where it's like they pretty much faithful with each other, and those men actually look out for them women because they stayed true to their vows.
Well, the man needs to stay true. Don't be cheating on me.
Hey, let me ask you this. Anyway. Y'all fairly young females, right? So I know y'all speak a lot about if a man cheat, I'm leaving, right? So at the age you at right now, just say you meet your husband, right? And y'all get married. And you plan on being with him until you die. You know everybody on this panel got about at least 40 more years. At the very least. Right? If you stay in good health, you got the very least of 40 more years on this earth. Do you think that you're going to be with one man that's only going to have sex with you for 40 more years?
I'm going to say this. If that's what he tell me, that's what it is. If he can't look me in my face and mean that and say, look, I want to marry you, but I'm not going to only be with you. Save all that headache. Won't you just stand up on the front end?
Okay, but what I'm saying is this. A man doesn't intentionally cheat. When we get married, we love you, but people change. He might fall short to a lustful desire. That don't mean leave him. That don't mean he's a bad person. That just means he stepped out. You don't leave your man for that.
I'm beyond.
Yeah, guys but that's your man. You don't leave your man for that. My man gonna learn. This ain't that. I'm moving on. I'm gonna get my own place over here, and you can think about that all on your own. Cause ain't no way you over 40 and you ain't got this figured out. If you know that's what you're gonna do, just say that. Why are you lying?
Men don't know what they're going. That's what I'm saying. We go into it with every good intentions, but what I'm saying is people change. You see what I'm saying? And
so you change.
No, what I'm saying is this.
It's not a principle.
What I'm saying is this. People change every 4 to 6 years. You change as a person, right? The things you like now, you might not like then. But the thing about it is I married you and I made a covenant to stay with you. Correct. So even though I may fulfill my outside desire, that don't mean that's where I want to be. I want to be with you. You the one that
then if you can't tell me that just like that, it's a wrap on your word with me now. Now your word means nothing to me. Now if that's what you want this to be, then that's what it is.
Okay, so if a man stayed faithful to you for 15 years and then cheated, you would leave him?
Yeah.
Damn, you would destroy your whole
You would destroy 15 years of a loyal man for one time?
Why is it on me when that nigga the one cheated? How did I destroy anything?
I got a deep question.
His good outweigh the bad though?
Then
at that point, his good should outweigh the bad.
In the first place, this is what I'm saying. Whatever his reasoning, if his flesh was so weak, it's something he could have did. Just like if he don't kill nobody. You can grown people now. We don't want to take accountability for being grown. If you so weak-minded that you cannot not have sex with somebody else without letting me know. Now, if you call me and said, "Look, man, my flesh weak and I'm about to make a move. I know I vowed to you I wouldn't. That's what I'm about to do." I'm like, damn, you know what? When we get home, we gonna talk about that.
I got a question for everybody here. I got a question.
This way you kind of delusional. I'm sorry. My bad. Sorry, Ms. Vita.
That's fine.
She said, okay.
No, I had a question for the panel though. In your own words, what is cheating?
That's a good question.
To deceive, to lie in my face, to do a thing that you know you could have done something else to intervene before you went all the way. Because if I could come home and say the same thing, or I slept with somebody, I couldn't help it. It wasn't none there. I still love you though, babe. Come on
Okay,
now.
so hold on. You said after you lie and you deceive. You said that
But
first
you
and
can't be a
foremost.
man of your
No,
word.
hold on.
Hold on. You understand the repercussions of your actions.
I'm going somewhere with this real quick.
Let everybody let
You're
everybody
going.
get their list point.
Hey, y'all go ahead. Give me
You're going
2
straight.
minutes.
You're
I'll be
going
right
straight
back.
to the physical.
All right,
You're going straight to the physical, but you just brushed over the mental and the emotional. Okay, and under that criteria, I can honestly say everybody cheat.
Okay.
No matter who you are.
Yeah, you gotta make it a little more specific. Like, what do you consider?
The deal breaker part that is magnified the most is the physical part, the physical nature of cheating. Okay, we all understand that. But if you can't express if you as a woman can't express your feelings or your authentic feelings or your thoughts to your husband, and you feel it's better to do it somebody outside of him, you're cheating.
I agree with that.
So, and the same criteria goes for a man. So when we speak on cheating, we have to look at it in a broad view. We just can't put the magnifying glass on the physical part and magnify that, saying, okay, that's the end all be all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where this conversation gets very tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying?
What's Satira? What's your classifications on cheating for you?
About that, because we do just go in on him having sex with another woman, like that's all we can. But sometimes, I'm just saying, like, you could be hard to talk to. So the woman at his job is so easy to talk to. So he ends up just talking to her all the time, expressing his feelings to her all the time, and he develops emotional connection with her, and neglects the wife in that aspect. But he's not with her, but he's still his wife because he's developed. So yeah, I agree with that, because even me, I'm more so with the physical, thing is cheating to me.
And women have work husbands too. Now we're not going to ignore that part either. Now,
I've never had a work husband.
Me neither. But okay, I know some women do. Some women do.
Miss Phoebe, what do you consider cheating?
I'm gonna agree with the last statement that was made. I think it's more mental to me. If you get to a point in a relationship, the sex can be good. The sex can always be there. But if that safety net, that comfort, that mental intimacy, that mental stimulation or whatever, if that's gone, it's very hard. You know what I mean? Because sex is an act. Sex is an act. You know what I'm saying? You do that, what it lasts? 20, 30 minutes?
It's an act that feel good, though. We gotta admit
that. And it is, but it's temporary. It's temporary, right?
Yeah.
That's a temporary thing. You get the urge, y'all do y'all thing, it's over with. So now after that, are you all able still to sit there and communicate and talk to each other? If it's a thing where you feel like you're more vulnerable with another individual outside of the relationship that you have, then that's a problem. And that's on both sides. If it's your work husband,
and JB can back me up on this one, and I say that from the perspective of being married and him being married in your wedding vows that says to forsaken all others. And too many times, and I highlight that part, the overall, is that how many people, generally speaking, have other people all up in their relationship when it's designed to supposed to be between you and who you committed to. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And that's where I say everybody cheats.
I was gonna ask, if that guy is emotionally stimulating you, give you everything that you desire, mentally, physically, financially, the whole nine, and let's say you find out that he cheated on you, It wasn't nothing serious. He didn't get connected with the female. What are y'all doing? You're happy. You're happy. Nothing is going wrong in the relationship. Everything is fine. What are you doing?
We're human. Everyone makes mistakes.
What are y'all doing?
I don't know. We gotta sit down and talk. We have to sit down. I'm probably gonna be silent for a minute.
I know you're gonna be mad, but what's
I'm
gonna be
gonna be silent for a minute. I mean, we got to sit down and talk about this. Like, what was it that led you to do that? You get what I'm saying? We need to figure out what the problem is because I don't think right now, and I've been fortunate. I've not had this come up in my relationship, but I can't say if I found out he cheated one time, I'm just gonna up and leave. We got years, we got property, we got kids, we got family, we got all this invested. What happened? What happened? Because maybe it was something that I did. Not that it's an excuse. No, not that it's an excuse, but maybe it was something. Maybe it was something I was slacking on. You get what I'm saying? Why did you felt that you was this comfortable to go over here to this individual? You know what I'm saying? I feel like at that moment we need to sit down and go back to the drawing board, as they say. We need to hash it all out. Let's talk about this so we can try to keep this from happening again. Now that's just me. That's just me.
So Tara, what you think? What you doing?
If I'm happy and he's providing for me mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, and he happens to make a mistake, I'm not leaving.
Okay. Ms. Vita?
Yes, I'm going to leave him because of the simple fact this, right? Wow. It's not about the act. It's about whatever mental setup you had to put in your mind and in real life to do that. Okay. And you lied. You lied to me to do it.
You know what? I hate to say this. Where I'm trying to get at with this is that a lot of women don't understand just biology in general and a man's nature. I'm not telling you that man is going to cheat on you, but it is in a man's nature to still seek other women. I'm not saying he's gonna be chasing cat, this and that, but it's
I'm laughing at LeVar changing his back, like moving around.
Oh, the background.
Yeah, I hate to admit it. I am currently at my place of employment, so I'm trying to be very discreet. So
I understand 100%. That's what's up.
My bad, y'all. I had to get the shorty out the crib to her mama, man.
Respect. It's in a man's nature to still appreciate the attention from another woman. And I'm gonna be honest, I think women would be a lot better off if they just kind of already have in the back of their mind that their man has the potential to cheat and it's a possibility he will cheat. But if he's taking care of you, he appreciates you, he makes you happy, he tries to make sure the family's good, you shouldn't even be looking. You shouldn't even be looking for stuff like that. If it's not popping up in your face.
Right. So if it's
that's what I mean by not coming home, because I mean it sounds so bad, but like I said, it shouldn't come home. That's my that's my biggest thing. But do I believe that one person is going to be faithful for 65 years, something like that?
Oh, no sleepovers, huh?
And I'm not saying I'm going to just up and leave either. Like I'm just
Most women are built to still stay with their man after they get caught up in the situation. Now, if you got a dude who's a habitual cheater, or if he's doing egregious things and you're finding out, you're seeing it, he get a baby on you, you probably gonna leave.
Like the Offset shit, just steady getting caught and shit.
How do you know? How do you know if that's not who he is from the first time he went and did? I don't get why does he need all this slack. Now let me throw this in there too, JB.
This is you being delusional with men though.
Wait, hold on, JB. Let me throw this in too. Okay. I believe in polygyny. I believe in that. But see, the difference is how forthcoming is the man before he does the act. Y'all, what you saying is let him lie or let him not be forthcoming at all, go cheat, and then I'm supposed to be all super duper understanding. Well, now you had to say from the beginning was this might happen.
What I'm saying is,
well, let's keep that as an understanding.
You gotta understand the nature of men. See, y'all don't
really
see the dark. No, you don't, because you don't see the dark
understand
side.
The nature of a man.
You don't. Even if you look at when you go on a military,
you telling me I need to be okay with being lied to? That's what you're saying.
If you look at this on a military perspective, on a world level, the things that happen that you do not know about, you couldn't fathom. You couldn't.
Yes, I could.
No, you can't because you don't understand the real nature of men, the things that we actually do, the secrets that we have to keep y'all reality and fantasy land.
Okay.
We have
maybe
to
not
keep you in a
maybe not
fantasy
me
land.
personally. Maybe not me personally. My whole family military. I'm telling you, it's a whole bunch of stuff I know that I'd be like, oh my God.
What the hell was that I just saw?
Knew this. If people only knew this.
Look like I just saw some thighs or something.
MacMaal boy got
I know there was a lot of cake though.
I was trying to get something to drink.
Well, I saw some thighs with some fries, baby.
There was a lot of cake.
With
there
a
was a lot of
side.
cake.
I think I see. I think I see them say. I see that 2-piece special right there, man.
Yo, LeVar popped up because he's
spicy.
seen this.
Stop that.
Hey, where we at? 119. Okay, I want to get into the last discussion, man. I want to discuss some politics right quick, man. For our last discussion, I want to get into some politics. So I'm gonna play this last clip, and then we're gonna get right into it.
Donald Trump, no matter what you think about him, is the only president in my lifetime, no matter how crazy or extreme his promises is to his base, he attempted to fulfill every damn promise to them. You gotta be straight up and give him credit for that. Donald Trump, though, has an end game that's on a whole nother level, in my opinion. This man has flirted with the idea and even publicly said it, I could run for a third term. There's ways to do it. He doesn't have to run for president. Just switch roles with J.D. Vance, the vice president, and Trump run on the Vance ticket as the vice president. If Trump runs as Vance VP, then Trump goes right back to the White House with Vance victory. And all J.D. Vance got to do is say, I'm stepping down to become vice president. Then my VP becomes the president. That's how Trump can become the president on a third term. Simple as 1, 2, 3.
Hey, your clips be epic, bro. The music and shit, they be intense.
Appreciate it, bro. So I want to know what y'all think about Trump, man. Do we got any Trump supporters in the building? Any Trump supporters?
I'm neutral. I know politics is ain't nothing but two wings on the same bird. All of them is in the same bed. It's no difference.
I would agree to a certain degree, but I'm gonna tell you like this, right? And I say this all the time when we talk about politics, right? Because I just kind of like for the last couple of days just looking at it because I'm starting to get interested in politics. But from me growing up as a kid from the 90s, the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s and shit, I noticed from my own eyes, my observation that every time a Republican is in office, everybody is doing good for some reason. And every time Democrats is in office, we are fucked.
Dollars, yeah. A gallon, yeah.
I noticed that. Like, I come from the Ronald Reagan era, from the Bush era. You feel me? And street niggas was eating. Like, a bad day back then is a good day today. You see what I'm saying? Like, I saw, like, even with people can talk their ass off about them PPP loans, whether they fuck the money off or not. It helped a lot of people.
Right, it did.
Whether they fucked it off or not.
You know what? To that point of what he said, I can see the vision from this aspect. I think it was an old video. I think it was Gerald Ford when he was asked at a school if there was ever going to be a female president. And the same way he illustrated and said, I can see her being like a vice president, and the initial president would get ill and would have to leave office, and that's how she would get her name on the ticket to be a president. And in this past year election, the same thing played out with Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that, but it would have to come at a tragedy, like you said, with what's that, JB Vance or something like that.
Yeah,
JD Vance.
I just think doing the campaign trail or something like that. The same sniper that supposedly missed with him will not miss with JB Vance, and he'll be a president for a third term. I just see it happening that way for some odd reason, you know.
It's definitely possible. For me, I didn't want Kamala to win because she's a woman. A woman don't deserve to run this motherfucking country, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that I don't believe that a woman should run our country. It will make us look weak. And them other countries, Putin and all them, they're not gonna sit down with no fucking woman. They gonna be like, nigga, y'all need to get y'all shit together. We not sitting down with no woman. We are all alpha men, and when we sit, that's why they respect Trump more than any other president. Because Trump is the first real alpha president that we've ever had, in my opinion, since
Hey
I've
man,
been born.
these three ladies
Besides
gonna put you
Bush.
behind that, man.
Besides Bush. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Bush was pretty alpha to me too.
Yeah, Bush was too.
So how do y'all feel about the them getting rid of the immigrants and shit, putting them out? Y'all for that, or y'all? What do y'all think about that?
I feel bad for some of the kids that lose their mom or dad. Like, that's sad. But
Yeah.
I just women are too emotional to run the country.
Well, I understand what you're saying. You a Christian?
Me?
Yeah.
I am.
Okay. Well, they say we cursed as black people right now. That's why we in the state of mind we is for the motherfuckers that did that shit. The whoever cursed God back then. We paying for that shit now. So get them and they kids the fuck out of here. That's how I feel. Fuck them kids. Get them out of there. All of them.
I think the immigrants really was a ploy by the politicians to kind of manipulate the voting system. Because they were
what it was.
They were transported. When you go back and look at it, they were supposedly migrated to the major cities that had the biggest minority turnout, talking about Chicago and New York. And when you look at if you look at the electoral college, it was already going to California and Texas, but it didn't impact the electoral college none. So they went to the states that had the biggest electoral votes, which was New York and Illinois, and that changed the thing. That shifted everything, because they was like, okay, we got Florida, that's traditionally a red state. If we could just get that one back, and Florida never shifted from being Republican. The only one that shifted, that caused all this domino, was when Georgia went from a red state to a blue state. That's what changed the whole dynamic. And so I think it was a ploy, because it's funny. Capitol Hill is full of Republicans now. Presidency got Republicans now. Now they booting them up out of here. It's just, you can't. Sequence of events cannot be denied.
I definitely agree with the fact that they tried to play a numbers game, because you got to understand, black people as a whole, we're at the bottom of the totem pole right now when it comes to voting and having a voice. We so divided as a people that our voice don't even fucking matter no more. On top of that, we got social media. What social media is doing for the black community is just taking away from the actual hard-working man, because these new generation of black men would rather get on TikTok and make a dance, or get a podcast, or rap, or play sports, than rather be a plumber, electrician, a gardener, the shit we need in the world to make the world go around. These immigrants are willing to do this kind of work, right? So if we pull these large amount of groups of people in and make them vote Democrat, we can eliminate the black vote, because they shit don't matter no way, and we can use the numbers from the illegal immigrants to keep us in office. That's what I felt like they did, and this is why they kept giving these special programs, and they close. So I don't know what it is in Atlanta, but so what they did on the west side of Chicago was they had a 20-year plan 20 years ago, and we wasn't even paying attention to this shit. The first thing they did was they built new police stations. If y'all look at out west, we had all new police stations started about 20 years ago. They started building them, right?
Remember that.
So then what they did after that, they started closing down the schools. They act like they didn't have funding for the schools and shit, and then they start closing the schools, because what happens is, as a black family in these poor neighborhoods, you don't have transportation like that. So if you close down the school, that forces you to move somewhere else where you can commute back and forth and get your child from school and shit. So they cleaned up those areas like that, right? Then they raised the taxes on shit. You know what I'm saying? And they pretty much was just wiping us out to bring this new generation of people in that's gonna come with these traits and all these skills and shit that black people don't want to learn. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. We talked about this, JB. Like, females don't even want a nigga to take them to the Cheesecake Factory. So obviously, right there, that's telling you. And then you have most women saying, "I wouldn't date a 9-to-5 man." So these, when I was coming up, these 9-to-5 men were men that had good standards. They had, they was a bus driver, a policeman, a nigga that went to the military and some shit. Those were good jobs back then. CTA workers and shit, like plumbers and shit. Now they looked at as, oh, this nigga a 9-to-5. You a plumber? Damn, that's it.
That's crazy.
That's it.
Hey, Jamal,
you feel what I'm saying?
Jamal, to expound more on what you said, you can look at the approval of Section 8 housing as another domino effect. Like, they approve section, like here in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They approve more Section 8 out in Romeoville, Bolingbrook, Aurora, Plainfield, and stuff like that. So optically, you're in a very nicer neighborhood if you're an urban person. But then you come back and look at the city, man. It's like, okay, they didn't fix Madison up. They done fixed up a lot of places around.
They want the west side back. The west side of Chicago is the best side because it's closer to downtown. It's closer to the expressway. It's closer to the lake than any other part of the motherfucking city. And that's why they regentrifying the west side. If you look now in our old neighborhood, there ain't number Mexicans over there. They done bought everything, bro.
Oh, Jamal, Jamal, because I work where I work at and I'm stationed out south, I see the south side being built up. And the crazy part is, do you know outside of the city of Chicago who the second company or corporation that has the most property in the Chicagoland area? University of Chicago. They done bought up old block. They done bought up everything around the lake.
Where I'm at.
Yeah, they done bought up everything around the lakefront. They buying up over east and stuff like that. Everything, and then now they're talking about building. This is why not just put it off on sports. This is why that Chicago Bears new stadium deal is being floated around. It's taking so long to get finalized because they're trying to keep it in that area to build up the city. But in order to do that, they got to get a lot of the old riffraff out of here in different neighborhoods or even outside the city.
I will say this, just to piggyback early on, I think when it comes down to what Trump is trying to do, especially with the whole government assistance situation, I know a lot of people know that's been going on with like reducing it or cutting a certain amount of it. I think what it could help is the mindset of the Black community, to where we start kind of sticking together more on a family level. The children to the elders, people actually working together as a unit instead of being so separate. I feel like we adopted a separatist mentality to where once your kid get old, all right, go ahead and do your thing. Your parents, hey, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. I think people really need to start working together, and then we can really start building things for the future. That's what I think needs to happen. If it can be some type of autocorrect system to spiral off from that. But
all these niggas from the age of I would say 10, maybe I would go 9 and 10, all the way up to the age of maybe 28, 29, 30. They all need to go.
I used to say that a lot.
That whole sector of young men is fucked up. Yeah. If we want for us to change the future, we got to start with kids 8 and under. And when they grow up, they got to be the ones that change, because these other motherfuckers, they gone, bro.
The YNs out of there. The YNs are lost cause, huh?
Yeah, I think so, man. Like it's the mindset, man, that's spiraling out of control. And once
it's insane.
Yeah, once it's too far gone, I mean, we ain't nothing at that point.
But you know what? As a Black man, I say it has to start with us. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're better off at life. We know about credit. We live long enough to know about credit and stuff. And we have to kind of get into a mindset of building up like a coalition to build up our neighborhoods. Like you can't do it overall. You got to start small. And it's like if you can infuse your neighborhood with the 4 essential business establishments, man, you can build your neighborhood up. Like this is what I said. If you can we all can pull our money together and get our own bank. that'll go a long way.
Chicago got the longest standing black bank in America.
And we don't even utilize it like we're supposed to.
Yeah, and I was waiting on you to say that because I was gonna say because it's not the victim mentality too. Because we gotta understand young people can't raise themselves. And if they fucked up, that means we as a people got to know that you fucked up. Like Chinese people don't say that. Mexican people don't say that. Like we got to know if something fucked up, we drop the ball on you.
No, you're right. I hate to say this, but the women gonna have to be on our side too, for sure. We're gonna have to have the women.
But look at this, JB. Men, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Let me just say how women view this. What y'all saying? This is not me because I never go under the title independent or strong. Even if somebody think that, I say, please don't say that about me, right? I know I could be aggressive and passionate and all that, but
there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm really fall back and I get in line with what we're all at. Okay, I believe in family. I believe in honoring my man. Only a melanated man is what I want. That's it. So, but at the end of the day, women think they can be men or don't have to respect men because men stop building. Men is on the computer 24 hours a day at any given time of day, cursing out women, mad at women, arguing with women, blaming women, single mama there, single mama there. And it's like, nigga, what are you building? What are you doing? Because ain't no other men that when you go in their community, they talking about, look at all these single mothers. They taking that shit over. They building houses. They taking shit over. All the stuff y'all talking about, they are doing that to whatever degree. I don't care if they swimming here from wherever. They doing it and the niggas leading them to do it. So it's like when women look at that, they be like, these niggas weak, man. Like they just all they
You do realize
do
realize these voices of men that you hearing saying these things are only responding because they tired of hearing women say the shit. Y'all been crucifying us way longer, and these are just responses. Now the internet gone and it's a bunch of men coming together. Oh, you think like that too? Oh, you too? Now they talking. Y'all been treating us like shit. Y'all been calling us.
You talking about their professions, or you talking about people who just maybe just like people who are entertained or something, or just the commenters?
I'm just talking about people that get online. 80-90% of podcasters, guys that's online.
That's a small percentage of men. That's a small percentage of black men. You feel me? Like a black podcaster.
I get you, but y'all, you got to know, JB, they got the loudest voice. This is what I'm saying, right? Because even when I got on the internet to start listening to this stuff, this is like the last 10 years. This wasn't even like this before that. Okay, so let me just give it to you like this. If somebody had asked me just 10 years ago, where can you go if you want to find men, a group of men that are down in women, talking about women, how bad women are, where would you go to find that? I literally would say, I don't know what that doesn't exist. Like what group of men is complaining about women? Maybe gay men, but they ain't even thinking about women because they gay. And I'm like, well, maybe men that hate women, but where do they hang out at? So it was just 10 years ago, this was non-existent. This wasn't even a reality to me. How I grew up, like this shit just changed overnight. I'm like, where's these niggas?
So Vita, you saying it's a culture shock for women because now men, like Jamal said, men are coming together and having these conversations, and now that we have these shared experiences, we are more vocal about it. And the women say they want us to hear to hear how men feel and how you think, and so now that we're voicing it, and it doesn't play into the female's ego, it's a problem.
Let me ask you
this. They not building nothing.
Is it
what Jamal just say? Ain't no plumbers. Ain't no this. The niggas ain't building nothing. Y'all, if we say, what is our men doing as a group, collectively, economically, or just community sustainable, that we can compare it to any other group of men or in the world, or we can stand up and say to the Jewish woman or to the Mexican woman or to the whatever woman, well, our man is doing this, our man is doing that.
The men you talking about that's complaining, are you talking about black men or white men? Which ones are you talking about?
Our men, melanated men, the original men.
So the whole movement with men bashing women online, it actually started with white men. It was a MGTOW movement. That's where the whole red pill manosphere space actually was created from. It was actually white men who were what y'all would call possibly like incels, who were actually tired of like women's nature on the ones who were basically getting dealt with, wrong. That's where it started at. Now, as time went on,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, as time went on, you had black guys join into the manosphere space because they're getting done the same exact way. So then now you have a community because men see the average guy, y'all don't really think about the average guy's perspective because y'all really don't see the average guy. So you talking about men not being plumbers, construction workers, they're everywhere. They're all around.
Right.
But a lot of women don't want to date those guys. I'm just being honest. You
And
don't find
JB,
those guys attractive.
hey JB, can I add on? Because I used to coach youth football.
Okay.
And this has been a problem because us as men try to give back. Our problem is, and this is why I bring up women having masculine energy. Your son comes in because I'm taking him through drills and he's like, I'm tired and I'm sore. And all the coach does is yell at me. We're going to do that if we see talent. But because he comes back and he tells his mama, the mamas are the first ones to say, go ahead and quit. You know what I'm saying? And try something else. And I have to have a talk with him. And it's like, I'm have a better off chance talking to this wall behind me than I do her, because I'm like, when your son when he gets a girl knocked up and he has a baby on the way, you gonna tell him not to claim that baby, even though he did do that? Are you gonna tell him if he don't like his job to just go ahead and quit his job and not suffer through anything? Like it sets a bad example. And when you coach in athletics and have them involved in athletics, one of the things that we try to teach them is how to persevere through certain things. You got to put in the hard work if you want to get the recognition and the fame and to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I'm not saying all, but sometimes
You're right, because
Black women will not allow men that pour back into the community and to these kids that don't have daddy in the home. They will not let us. They would not let us get the reins. And the crazy part is, us as coaches care about those kids as if they were our own sons.
Completely.
You know?
Mm-hmm. I agree, because my son played rec league from 7 to 14 till he went to high school, couldn't play no more. Then he got in the band and started doing some more. But you're right, because he came home and said, all that stuff, they making me run, all stuff that I didn't even think he could do. And the coach said, don't listen to him. Don't let him quit. Let us condition him. And then after the 2 weeks of conditioning before the season, he said, make him stay. And then you come and you see, and then you tell me, do you got a different son? I couldn't believe it. I literally cried because I was like, oh my God. I mean, he was doing 100 times what I thought he could do. And he had some asthma. So I was like, well, my baby got asthma, and don't push him that hard. Man, he was running up hills, stopping, doing 30 push-ups, doing suicide, all this for like 30 minutes straight. Like my chin was on the ground. So I get what you're saying. And I know that mothers do get in the way of that. And
guess what? Like, and as coaches, we say, look, family, God, family, your academics, and then this football shit. And we always preach about being on time. So when they run late, yeah, I'm gonna get that ass. As far as our coach does, I'm gonna make them do bear crawls 240 yards. You know what I'm saying? And if you do it enough time, guess what? You're gonna be on time. You're gonna stay. You're gonna listen up in class. You're gonna pass some tests. It's a domino effect. But see, that's how men know how to raise men. And sometimes, for some women, they will not allow us to do that.
Discipline a child, though, because when I was growing up, my mama gave my teachers permission to whoop my ass, and the coaches and shit. Like, I don't know if y'all know who Chris Head is, but he was the coach at Westerhouse.
I know Chris Head.
I played for Chris Head in the summer league, right? He never personally did it to me, but he used to beat the shit out of them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. You know what I'm saying? And he known for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But he brought the best out of motherfucker though.
Yeah.
Like he was a real father figure to a lot of motherfuckers, man. Like he a very respectable man. Even though he was stern, but he had, that's why them niggas they had a #1 basketball team for years. Them niggas took that shit serious.
And guess what? And guess what? This is what women don't realize.
The quality of men went down
too. The coaches that's harder.
Thank you, JB.
The coaches that's harder, the coaches that's a whole ass to your son while he coaching them, your son is gonna have the closest bond with him the older he get. He gonna always respect him. He gonna be like, he helped me become a man.
He did,
you know,
and I allowed that. I got out the way,
but see, like you said, you had to kind of like loosen up the reins and let him do that. You will be surprised at how many women will not allow that to happen. You
I
know,
saw
that's why
that's
I
because ain't
say.
nobody telling them no different neither.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's like what I just said about the quality of men have went down. That's a truth. It's a true statement. But at the same time, the woman still chooses the man. So I'm not trying to just keep pointing the finger back to the woman. But like I said, it still goes back to y'all on who y'all actually choosing, who y'all actually letting in y'all life to be the father of y'all kids. I mean, if you're choosing guys who got bad qualities, not a good guy, it's still gonna fall back on y'all attraction points on what makes y'all feel before what's real. So
hey,
I
but
mean,
But let
JB,
me add to
at the
that.
end
I
of the
agree.
day,
I'm gonna
JB,
say
JB,
they have. That's why I always say a woman, when it comes to their kids, you can't interject yourself and your emotional filter into that. Cannot be no part of the decision making, because whatever torch or feelings you have towards your child's father ain't got
mhm.
nothing to do with this kid. So you have to kind of like take that out the equation and let daddy be his daddy. And I thought about this over the weekend because I was watching it. A very underrated movie that exemplified that was Boys in the Hood. And if you go back to the beginning, she wrote a contract to her son, said, if I start a fight one more time, I'm gonna go live with
live
my
my
daddy.
daddy.
Yeah.
And she took her emotions out of it. Trey went to go live with his daddy, and his daddy was, by urban terms, the best father in history,
Mm-hmm.
and taught him responsibility and everything like that. And she kind of wanted to get him once he got through that rough period. But then dad was like, look, he a grown man. He can make his own decisions right now. Like, we know how to, we know how to turn it on and off a little bit. Like,
I
we're going
mean,
to
but
give
to
you
a
what you
certain
need.
degree, was he as great? I mean, was he really that great of a dad? Low key, he still had a lot of time to hang around with the game bangers. Was he really like that great of a
and I
father?
was finna say the
Yeah,
same thing. His
he was in
daddy
the
damn near got
neighborhood.
He still
He
was
was in
one.
the neighborhood.
his
That's why
daddy
it
was
takes
in the
a
wrong
village.
neighborhood. His
For
daddy was in the
Right.
sure.
It
hood.
takes a
And he ain't
village.
having he having no program. So I mean, you still gotta
And
keep a kid preoccupied. My bad, Matt. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I would say you still need to have a kid kind of preoccupied so that they don't have time to be in the bullshit spaces. If you
Right.
really want to like try and nurture and grow either a young man or a female, you want to have them in spaces that can keep their mind kind of preoccupied
I
from the
agree.
bullshit. I would
Right.
say.
I
Yeah.
had my son in 10
JB,
program.
even
Yeah.
in that movie,
Hmm.
growing up as a kid, his best friend was Doughboy. But Doughboy was in and out of jail so many times because he was into that life,
Yeah.
that when they got into their teenage years, about to graduate high school and everything, he was more best friends with Ricky. And Ricky
Yeah.
wasn't in the streets like that. All Ricky cared about was football.
No, yeah,
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
true. Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Yeah,
so,
but
but then
that
But
movie was absolutely true though, because that's what happens. It's always the one that's going somewhere that get killed. It ain't never the
yeah.
niggas that's in the trouble. It's
But was
always the
but what's
innocent
funny though?
motherfucker that just cool, like the old boy that got killed in it was that Dallas with his daughter. Was that Houston or
Oh yeah, the
Dallas?
rapper. It was like
Yeah,
Houston,
you
I
know,
think.
he was just affiliated with them niggas. He wasn't a part of that shit and wound up getting
Yeah,
him and his daughter killed. That's
yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
Just being
that's
affiliate.
why sometimes I think like this is more my conspiracy theory type of situation when it comes down to like people when they're born, like you are the spirit that you are, because there's certain things that I just can't teach, my kids. They're gonna be who they are. All the time you don't have to teach a kid to just be a good kid or know not or know right from wrong. They're gonna just move accordingly to what works for them. So it's just that's how I look at it. Some things you can't teach. Some things
and
just
and
already in the person.
nowadays they made it where it's almost impossible to discipline your kids like
Mhm.
we was disciplined. This is why we different sets of men,
Yeah,
because this new generation, if you holler at them, you curse at them, or you whoop their ass, they're gonna resent you. They not
yeah,
gonna get the lesson learned. See, we got the lesson learned. Don't do this shit. If
yeah,
you do this shit, it's consequences.
hmm
Yeah.
Now you gotta let these motherfuckers bump their head and hope they don't get killed doing it. Because
hey,
at the end of the day, you gotta understand, you as a parent can only be in their life so much. As they grow, the time
yeah,
that y'all spend with each other is gonna start getting lesser and lesser because they growing up and they trying to figure their own shit out.
yeah,
So
yeah,
whatever they decide to be a part of is gonna be a way better influence on them than you are.
right.
And so you as a parent just gotta hope that what you instilled, they can apply it. If not, then you know how that shit go.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
gotta
hey,
be
hey,
there
hey,
for
hey,
I plan on
everything.
yeah,
hey,
I
in the
plan
back.
on not letting my daughters loose for a while.
Period. I was
Yeah, I
there
don't
for
plan on letting them
everything.
loose really. It
Nah,
just
I was a
depends on like
teen
what
mom,
yeah.
PTA. I was at
Hey, hey,
everything. I
hey,
don't
in the
care.
back, in the backtrack in the movie, man, when Trey bought that barbecue home, his daddy said, "Yeah, say, I see she still got a touch." She said, "She might have had a chance if she didn't talk so much."
I can't remember that scene exactly.
I know what you're talking about when he brought
Right before he
the
cut his hair.
barbecue. Yeah,
But
when
but think about it. If she had talk so much and carry herself a certain way,
Oh yeah.
though boy and Ricky would have grew up pretty much like Trey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
but she
mean,
was ratchet. She was
yeah,
ratchet. Their
but
mama was
that's what
ratchet.
I'm saying. But he said, hey, if she had talked so much, she could have had a chance. So he was feeling her, but
Yeah.
that mouth got her in trouble.
But more than that, she was just
Ultimately,
ratchet.
that movie just basically tells you the difference between a man that was raised with a father and a man that wasn't. Now, for me, I wasn't raised with a daddy, but I was raised with niggas who had daddies, and I can clearly see the difference in how we grew up and how we
Yeah.
view things in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, we all come to the same point, but I think men that's raised with fathers, they get the morality part of it faster. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you grow up without a father and you kind of make your own way, you kind of stuck in a box like it's my way or no way. You have like damn near no compromise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you have a father teaches you, and especially if you had a mama and a father in the same household, you get to see how a man treats a woman. You get to see how a woman reacts to a husband. And
Yeah,
so when you go out in the dating market, you know what to look for. You know how to pick. Sometimes we pick wrong, but you still have a moral compass of what you're looking for. See,
Yeah.
when you have a mother and no father, and especially if your mother ratchet, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna like ratchet hoes. Cause that's how your
yeah.
mama is. And that's what you used to.
And you don't know. And I'm gonna be honest with you from a man's perspective, because I don't think women encounter this. When you grow up with two parents, you learn how to sort out those emotions you have when it comes to disappointment, heartbreak, etc. Right? But when you come up under only mama, you only gonna get the feminine end. You're not gonna see or kind of get the advice from a male's perspective of how to process these things. And so now you start making hot-headed emotional reactions and
You act like
decisions
her.
like that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's that. I can see what Jamal is talking about that time. That's why it's like seeing is a lot better. And I'm like, women that say I'm the mama and the daddy, I'm like, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I really feel like I had to learn on the fly. I'm not gonna lie. Like growing up, like my mom, she was sick when I was young. So I just really remember her just trying to survive from like having cancer. So I didn't really like watch her interaction with men like that. And then at the same time, I watched my dad kind of be a bad example, of a father. And when she passed, I had to go live with him. And at that point, it was just he showed me work ethic, but when it comes down to like how to treat women, definitely didn't show me that. My dad was just a playboy. He was just one of them guys that he just worked, dealt with chicks the whole nine. And I ain't gonna lie, when I was young, I used to shame him a lot, like for working a lot, the whole nine. But as I've gotten older, I did apologize on certain things because like growing up and now being a man, is certain things I understood, what he was going through as a man, and probably not having examples in his life too. So I kind of saw both sides of it, but I just knew what I wanted for myself and the woman in my life, to where I had to just start kind of learning how to treat a woman and kind of make something happen for myself. So I don't know. And I looked at other people's experiences too. Like I'm big on that too. So
I can definitely tell the difference between me and my son. Like my
yeah,
son had a daddy, you know what I'm saying, since the
yeah,
womb. And me and him, we got similar traits, but he ain't as aggressive as I was when I was his age. He more settled, more calm. You know what I'm saying? Like I was aggressive ass, rough ass nigga when I was in my 20s, man. So
That's real.
But I got a question for the men. I just want to know this. When did men start caring even what women think or what they was doing to the point that it affected what they do as a collective?
What do you mean by that? Be specific.
Okay, so like as a collective, that men was used to, let's just say y'all, y'all compare the women of today, which y'all call modern, versus women to back in the day, like the 70s, 80s, 90s, right? So those was like traditional women, wanted to stay in the house, one in the club, one getting BBLs, one doing all that, right? It was her being a wife, being feminine, staying home. Then the man was still going to community. They had businesses. They, fixed each other cars. They built each other house. They was responsible for the boys. They'd go snatch boys up if it was their boy or not their boy, because they knew, like, it was just like being a coach. So I'm just trying to see, like, when did it come to the point where men collectively in our communities feel like it was okay? Not if y'all got to complain about women, talk about them. Okay, great. But when did it come to the point where y'all stop building?
When they stop acquiring them.
What, acquiring what?
Women.
Why do women matter? I don't get it. That's why I don't get, like, y'all
That's
got
like a life
Hold on.
purpose.
It matters because y'all say what y'all want and the type of dude y'all want, and every nigga wanna fuck. So guess what? We gonna sit here and listen to it, and we're gonna conform to it so we can get that access. That's where it
okay,
starts.
take
Now.
women out of it.
I'm saying on the
Take
But you
women
said when
out.
did it happen with men? You said when did it happen with
That y'all
men?
stop building in the community anything physically, economically, a village, a
The
community,
nuclear
making money, starting businesses.
Because
all that shit keep-
a woman says she wants time.
the
She wants a
Forget
man.
women.
She wants. Hold on. She wants time. She wants to travel. She wants the man to have his own business and check a bag. So give
we
it back.
gotta look.
I
We gotta
mean,
look at the nuclear
I want to
family.
give
It's
some.
the destruction of the nuclear family.
I want to give some context to what Vita talking about when she's saying why black men are not building nothing. And from my understanding, and it's just from my standpoint, what I see, men, they're not building their communities because the let's be honest, the top men in this world and the men that are doing good all have similar stories, which is what is a popular phrase. I get it out the mud, right? So when you get it out the mud and you finally make it, you get to a point in your life you good and you don't reach back because ain't nobody reach for you.
Yeah.
So they have these mentalities like, ain't nobody help me. I got it out the mud. Shit, you need to get it out the mud. And this is why we don't have a men all on a collective view seeing, okay, let's put this together. Let's do this. Because even with Kanye West, we was talking about this shit in the shop. So like he talked this woke shit, right? And he saved the Jews and this and the Jews that or whatnot. If you so woke, what you have the money to start everything that we know we need, a hospital, a bank. He has the funds to do all of these things. If you're so woke and you know all this shit, why you not doing it? You don't need anybody else's help. You're a billionaire. You have enough money to start all these institutions and you're not doing it. So from my standpoint, I just say, nigga, you just talking and you want to be irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, we can talk about the Umar Johnsons, right? Even though he might have his mishaps, ain't nobody perfect. I never look down on Umar for whatever the fuck he got going on behind the scenes. But what I do know is he's staying for black people, and I can respect that shit. Whether he doing this with that woman, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I respect the fact that he's a black man trying to stand up for black people. All the man need is a couple $1 million to start his school. These people pay more than that in taxes. He's been begging for this fucking money for 15 years, bro.
But he got it. He just didn't do what he supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
the thing about it is,
people judge the messenger instead of listening to the people judge the messenger instead of listening to the message. And
what I'm
that's
saying is
another problem.
this.
I'm talking about building. I ain't talking
What I'm
about talking.
saying is this. This is simply what I'm saying. I don't give a damn what he's doing with the money. It should be more black woke Kyrie Irving ass niggas supporting him. If y'all so
No,
woke.
you gotta be careful with that too, man, because like we are in a capitalist society, to where people will capitalize off anything in your that they can put in your face, so they can sell you on being pro black. They can sell you on being religious, the whole nine. So if they can sell you on everything, you don't know what you're getting scammed out of. So I think
But
that could be
I just
problematic
think
too.
it should be more people supporting these so-called black people that's trying to do better with us, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody perfect. And I don't give a damn what you do. You can have 50 million females behind closed doors. You can fuck with strippers. You can pay for pussy. You can do. I don't give a damn about that. If you stand up for us as a people, as a man, I'm with that shit.
Do y'all feel like black people the problem? Do you feel like
Hell
we the
yeah,
problem?
That's
we
what I'm
are
trying
on
to
it.
understand.
wanna-
So wait, let me get it from Jamal. So Jamal said, for men not building, before he started talking about Dr. Umar, you said he once the man get it out the mud, he feel like then nobody help him. So all the young niggas behind him, all the niggas behind him younger than him, because that's who I'm really talking about, having that mindset, because that's who men and boys gonna look up to, men, not the women. Right? They're gonna look up and want to be like the men. So if the man in a community is not building, doing, being seen as what they are as men in the community, Jamal saying they got it out the mud and then nobody do it for them. So that's their idea. Okay. So what you say is the reason, JB?
I think it's the nuclear family. Men are gonna be men. You're gonna have men that's gonna do the right thing. You also gonna have men that's gonna do the wrong thing at the same goddamn time. But ultimately, if you got the nuclear family, that's gonna kind of combat a lot of the degeneracy and literally keep the families together, opposed to everybody trying to be separatists. And people need to try and live a more simplistic lifestyle. I think people trying to be so advanced, people trying to be so materialistic. I think that's also a big problem. I think if people are okay just being simple and normal and average, I think that'd be a lot better too. But
And
that's why
they helping each other. They just helping their immediate family around them. Like all these rappers and shit like that, their immediate family is doing good. They just not coming together collectively
yeah.
to help
Well,
black people as a whole.
and
Now,
see,
one thing I can say, Trump did something, PPP loan, there was something for black people as a whole. And you see what happened when people
but
help us. We go
but
shopping.
but
We
that's
do
what
not build shit.
But that's what I'm
that's
trying
why
to
I
see. The
say
men, I wanted to stay with the men, y'all, right? Cause so look at this,
it's
right?
not
Jamal,
us.
MacMaal, we really came up in the era. Like my daddy is a Black Peace Stone. He is a Jeff Ford Peace Stone. Jeff Ford, Larry
BPSN.
Hoover, right? Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, all of them. They literally are nationally known for building gangs that still exist today. Even though I'm not saying that was a good thing, I'm saying that they still built some that's around today, and they still are seen as leaders for that. They still rapped about, they still talked about, because plain and
But that's
simple,
a
them
but that's a
niggas built
man's.
some.
You talking about like the gangs?
I'm just saying, men building, men
But
aren't building.
that's a
Our
man's
men in the
organization.
community.
Yes,
What
but
would
when
you
we
like black
wh-
men to build
I
though?
was just about what do you mean by building?
Community,
Like what?
community, and
We need
showed
to
up, like, okay, I'm gonna take Jeff Ford for example, right? So he bought that headquarters, that old movie theater down there on Drexel, I forgot, 3456, something over there. That is turned into apartments now. But what he did was got all the men, he didn't care about what the women was doing, because he got cuffed all the men,
Miss
got
Villa.
put them in gangs. They wasn't a gang. But
Miss
he
Villa.
told them, you're going to know who you really are, right? He basically got them on more shit, got them knowing they was Moors or whatever. But anyway, he started having them have skills, build in the community, police their community, be this who you need to be as a husband, as a protector, as a provider. Then he said, if you got a girl, bring your girl. The girl's going to learn cooking and sewing and cooking and whatever they're going to do separate over there while we do this, build a hood and take our communities back. So it still was crime, it still was the rap, it still was police brutality, all this. But he still took the time to build that.
But do
So
you
I'm just
know he
saying,
was part of the crime behind closed doors after all that
I know
political
that's what I'm
black
saying.
power
Look, this
shit?
is why I say
He
I'm
was
not
out
trying
there
to
acting
agree,
like Big U.
No,
but I'm not agreeing with what they did overall. All I'm saying is they built something. They at least can
No,
say they
he
built
built
something.
something, but you spoke about the crime, and they caught him with guns and extortions and all kinds of shit. So he was part of the crime.
Okay, but this what I'm saying, Jamal. This the only point I'm trying to make. He went as far as getting a building and building something to pull in the community to get the men focused
I
on
commend him for that.
taking charge of their community.
I commend him for that. Like I
And I'm
say,
saying,
as
where do
long as
I?
you're doing
Why is
something for
that not
black
the?
people, I'm with it.
But I'm trying to see, why is that just not the case? I'm not saying nobody's doing that, but I'm just saying, why is that not the case amongst more of our men today, that we could just point to say Jason Wilson, like what he doing, whatever, just
Because
whatever
people
men
got too
gonna
many
build.
ops. People got too many options, and that's why I put the age bracket in there, because this age group and all them behind, they got to get old and die off and teach the ones under 8.
Well, most people don't have the funds to do stuff like that either. What you talking about? You know, it's usually probably going to be families or people that can come together to make something like that happen. Most people don't. Most people don't have the funds that can actually move like that when you talking about building communities.
Yeah, everybody think like that until they get the money.
Well, yeah, that's true. And then they end up leaving the
then they leave.
They leave
right.
the
Well, that's
community.
what I was just trying to understand, because I know that makes a difference when, you know, the men lead by example on the streets, like Nation of Islam. You know, you see them on the streets and
they full of shit too. You don't think Farrakhan got enough money to start these movements? He ain't done shit.
Look, I'm
He
just
been
saying,
rich for
MacMaal,
years.
I'm just talking about visibility. That they be outside. When they be outside, they on the corner twisting and turning, marching, doing their little thing.
Them niggas trying to
young
get
boys
rich.
see that.
So what
I
would
got
you like
and
to
the young boys see that, and they want to do it too. So I'm just saying,
them
like,
Muslim
we have
full
to
of
have
shit.
something to filter our boys or community through to change it, to make it better. Like, nobody else gonna do it. It's no savior for us but us. So that's why I'm just trying to understand.
I get that, but that's what I'm saying. That's why when a man make it, he worry about his last name and not his first name. Because at the end of the day, I mean, we can say, oh, we all need to come together at the end of the day, but your power starts at home. You got to build your fortress at the crib first before you take it outside and say, oh, I'm gonna be this big revolutionary, but the nucleus you got up under your last name is fucked up.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Vita. Would you be happy just seeing more black-owned businesses, or do you want like everybody working together? Like, which one would you like to see more of?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm from Chicago, but I've been in Virginia 15 years. Like, literally 95% of the people I know are either entrepreneurs or business owners. So I see that all day, every day. That's my reality.
So what is it that you really want to see then? If you already see
the fact that we care, like our boys down in the street. You know, I got a 22-year-old son. Like, I still think about, you know, even though he work, go to school, my baby don't be in no trouble. I'm such a proud mom, but still,
so,
you know,
you just answered your own. So beyond the whole building part, you already see entrepreneurs of your own diaspora, if you really think about it, because you said it's about 97%. So what really needs to take place is it needs to start within the family structure, which MacMaal was talking about. It's gonna have to start with the mindset in the home, so we can just probably raise better citizens or members of the community. If you got a lot of degenerates out there, or people who just got effed up mindsets, that's what's making the community probably look worse than what you really preaching about. Because you talking about building, you already see a lot of black entrepreneurs, businesses, the whole nine. But if the mindset ain't there, that's the problem. And I hate to say it, it's going the woman is going to play a big part in that, because I feel like you're trying to separate it and just try and put it straight on the man. Opposed to
okay, so let me be
because there are certain people in power that can make these type of decisions and they not doing it. So you're like, you know, obviously I make a good living with myself, so I'm not considered to be an average man financially. But there are, you know, you speaking to the shit. We pretty much I consider myself average. I'm not financially, but I'm an average guy. You know, everyday dude. You know what I'm saying?
Average guy.
I'm an average everyday dude.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? There are people who are millionaires and all this shit, and they not doing this shit. So what do you expect us to do with our couple 100,000?
True.
That's what I'm actually asking, to say what skills, maybe trades, or because I know a lot of entrepreneurs send out they be like, oh, we're gonna have mechanic camp. I'm gonna teach all the boys how to change oil, change a tire, whatever, you know and they have many boys is free, and have many boys coming in the program come. But I'm just saying, just a consistent thing that the men take it, no matter what the women is.
So guess what you battling against?
Attractive.
Guess what you fighting against, though, Vita? This is why I spoke when we spoke about the illegal immigrants in the voting process. Black young boys is not finna do no fucking electrician or be a fucking plumber or be a contractor and work hard all week when he could come up with a fucking dance or be a rapper and make millions of dollars. The internet has swallowed our children. They don't want to work hard. They want a life easy. They look at letting the social media train their thoughts, and all they see is everybody flashing money, everybody with nice shit. Guess what? When you a plumber, you can't wear Louis Vuitton shoes. You can't fan money up your motherfucking arm when you a plumber. You ain't got enough. You can't do that shit.
Right. That's still gonna be the case, and we still gotta take our communities back in some type of way.
But here's the thing about it: men still want women. I know you're trying to separate it, and the man's just supposed to be on his purpose and passion. But the things that we do is for
regardless to the women, though.
But we do it for you. We wouldn't be doing all this stuff if it's not to acquire y'all. I don't think you realize that.
I agree
That's
with
why
that.
I think the biology part. We would not be building society, trying to make the world a better place if it wasn't for y'all. See, y'all don't realize what men really do on the backs of us to try and make life better for y'all. You see, y'all don't even think about it because y'all just live in a society. But men do this for women.
Right, and I want to say for all our kids, like all us on here got kids, and I want to say like I don't want nobody baby to get shot or none of that, and plenty have already. So I'm just like, we got to take our communities back. But I know the boys is not gonna be 16, 17, 18 running behind the women to model them. They're gonna be looking at what, like Jamal said, everything them boys want to do is because that's what they see other men doing. They ain't doing what the girls doing.
Because those men are getting the women and the attention and the clout and the money.
Amazing. So I want to do this, right? Do anybody got any questions before we cut it out? Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Get it off your chest right now. Amazing.
Look, I topped it up, but I did have that question, like, because I did.
That was a good question.
I just want that to be so different because I just, my godson just got killed, and
I'm sorry to hear.
Like, damn, like, so yeah, he had like 3 kids, but I'm just like, dang, but I just be like, I'm so tired of that, but yeah, so I mean, no matter what me and his mama did, he wasn't trying to hit that. He was steady running behind his friends, so but he still was going to work and took care of family, and he wasn't no deadbeat dad, none of that. But he still fell victim to gun violence. I'm just like,
yeah, that's how it be, man. It's always the good die young, That's why I think I live, because I'm so fucking evil, I guess. Goddamn it, I've been shot 3 goddamn times,
man.
Man, I've been shot 3 times. I'm still here, man. So I'm here for a real reason.
Passed away recently?
Huh?
Did your godson pass away recently?
Yeah, last month.
What's his name?
Jamarius Jones.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I knew
one of the shorties from our division.
Yeah.
Which
one was that? I need to see his face. I'm
Jamarius Jones. It's on my page. His mama just died. I was just in Chicago in January. His mama died, and then 2 months later, he was killed.
Oh my!
Damn. How's mom died?
She died from complications from that COVID shot.
Oh damn.
Oh wow.
But we was friends 35 years. We got the same last name, but we ain't never see if we was actually related. But I raised him like my son while I was there and everything. When he came home, I was his babysitter, all that. So yeah, that's why I'm just like tired of that. But I got plenty girls that I grew up with. My baby daddy, he wasn't my son because I got one son. But my son and his brother was close, and he was 16. We came to Chicago. I'm glad we saw him because the next day he was dead. So this be like happening all the time. I know it's Chicago, but and that's what deters my son from going down this path. I try to make him nerdy as I could, but it's still, even in Virginia, 2 of his friends, stars on the football team, 16, 17, the other football team players lost the game and killed them. I'm like, damn, this shit crazy.
Man, the best thing you can do for your kids is move their ass to a good, square ass neighborhood.
That's what I did, Jamal, and it still happened.
I feel like you can't really teach certain things. I feel like it's just that's why I feel like certain souls are that's just who they are. I feel like it's just certain things you can't teach. I feel like a soul is already in your kid out of the womb. I mean, yeah, you can probably influence certain, aspects of their personality, but I feel like they just gonna be who they gonna be.
Yeah, but it was a time where this wasn't a thing in our community where our boys was killing each other like that. Because even when I was growing up, we weren't in funerals like that. We weren't in funerals.
True. I mean, the 90s was rough though, right? The 90s.
Yeah, yeah,
but unless you was in a gang, it wasn't like I wasn't going to no funerals. I'm not saying nobody was dying, but it wasn't funerals like that. Mm-hmm. So, but
the only difference is now, it's too many people into it. When we was coming up, people got into it for real reasons over women or over some money. Yeah. Now they just into it like These shorties today in Chicago are literally fighting a war that started before they was even born. They don't even know why they killing each other. They just know that they grew up on this side, they grew up on that side, and we've been into it. I grew up in it, and I'm with the shit too. The niggas that started the war been dead 20 years before they was even born.
Yeah,
But
that's
they'll
rough.
kill each other over Facebook posts too. Some on
Hey,
social
I have
media.
a question. Did you guys hear about the young lady that got shot up in her car because she circled the block 3 times and she had tents on her windows?
See, in Chicago, man, me coming out the streets, that will get you shot.
I
My
didn't hear
homie
about
got
that.
shot on it.
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't
hear
that.
about it, but
She was supposed
No,
to be picking up her friend and couldn't find a park, so she kept circling the block. But they got paranoid and lit her shit up.
you talking about
I mean,
the stud girl?
I don't know if she was a stud or not. I didn't go that far into the story. All I know is that she had nothing to do with anything. You
It
get
was
what I'm
over on
saying?
16th.
Yeah, it was close to my way. She was basically looking for a fucking part. She was trying to pick her friend up, or trying to meet her friend, or whatever the fuck it was. My thing is that like y'all saying, they don't even know what the fuck they really fighting a war for. They just doing shit. You scared because a car came around the block 3 times and she had tents on the window. That's a life lost. And all she was doing was looking for a fucking part.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You
One
gotta
of my homies
separate,
got
man.
shot like that.
You gotta separate yourself at that point. If it's that bad, you just gotta separate yourself. I hate to say it.
You definitely do. I got my son the fuck up out the city.
Yeah,
And
you
where
gotta
I live
separate.
at now, I can literally leave my fucking door unlocked and go to sleep and
And
be
nothing
comfortable.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah,
that I
Nothing.
moved too,
it's a
but
great feeling.
Hell yeah. Tell me
but
about it.
I still think about the
I'm
kids because
raised in
it's
the suburbs, so yeah.
You said
you
you was
stay in the
raised in the suburb?
suburbs.
Born and raised in the suburbs.
You sound like it.
I know you different.
She sound like one of them good
Class.
girls come to the hood and get a nigga like me and shit.
She fall in
Don't
love.
be fucking nobody
She
life up,
fall in
Jamal.
love.
I ain't gonna mess nobody's life up, man.
You said you're delusional. I don't want no delusional man.
Exactly.
Super.
Super.
Yeah, funny as hell, man.
That's funny, man.
I had a good time tonight, man. Hey, first off, I wanna say I appreciate y'all for staying with me for 2 and some change hours, man. We had a good conversation today, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself, give out y'all social medias so people can follow y'all, you know. I guess we'll go with JB.
All right, I'm on YouTube at JB Reacts. I also have another channel, J About the Business. If you want to get on my panel, you can email me at jaboutthebusiness@gmail.com. I appreciate you, MacMaal, for letting me on once again. Everybody on the panel, Vita, Sateria, Phoebe, I appreciate y'all. And thank you for having me, man.
My name is Lavita. I am a confidence coach. I help you go from basic to baddie in business and in life. And if you would like to level up your confidence, please email me at confidence@Lavita the Model Jones. That's LEVITA.com.
Am I next?
Nah, it was on Phoebe, but go
Phoebe.
ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know which order we was gonna go in. Okay, I'm Phoebe. I don't know anything about this content, internet stuff. I don't know if I said that right, but I'm trying to get the hang of it. Mom, thanks for inviting me back. I am on Instagram, Coco Cherry 69. There you go.
Yeah,
Coco
I forget when you
Cherry.
tell me that. I'll be like, she a freak.
Coco
Wait
Cherry.
a minute. Wait, no.
It's Coco Cherry and 69.
Yeah,
She a freak.
that's a hell of a combination.
No.
Coco Cherry. 69.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, with them. I'm Satira. I have a Facebook, Satira Ariane. It's AERION, last name. And I have Instagram too. It's See the Goddess. So it's _CE_the_goddess. And I think I'm pretty funny on my Facebook. So
Definitely.
Oh, you do comedy?
no, I think I'm just funny.
Okay.
She got a very interesting page. I'll say that much.
Okay.
What you be doing?
You got me on Facebook, and I want to email the coach too. I like that. And you're a smart woman, so I gotta, yeah.
Okay.
Put it in the back chat.
Yeah, how do we do it? Like, how do we just put
Oh, right here.
On the private chat.
Oh, I see chat. Let me put
Yeah, private. And I'm gonna follow it.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow y'all too. Put it in here just so
Yeah, I want everybody to get acquainted.
I do be trying to follow everybody. I put let's make sure I see y'all. And my Facebook is Levita the Model Jones too. So when y'all see it.
I don't use Facebook though.
What?
I know I need to get more active, but it'd be too much to really be active. I gotta take it serious like you and Jamal doing. Take it more serious.
Well, I'm trying to get my YouTube up like my Facebook. See, I do millions of views on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get that shit like on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different crowd. So I'm with the grind though. I'm gonna just keep working. It is what it is. So
that's
you got on the beige blouse, Satara.
Yeah.
Okay. I sent you a friend.
Thank you for having me. I had a good time too.
I got JB.
For sure, man. It's your boy MacMaal, man. Y'all know what it is.
Phoebe, you did yours?
I was trying. Hold on, my phone cut off.
Cherry 60. You gotta put it so I could. Yeah, Cherry.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in here now.
Amazing.
Can I follow that page? Is it too grown for me?
Oh, you talking about Phoebe?
Phoebe.
I have absolutely nothing, inappropriate on there. I'm telling y'all, I don't even know why I can't say.
Because Phoebe she say Cherry 69.
Okay. I'm going on Instagram now. Let me go on here.
Amazing.
Okay. I got you on both
all these underscores.
The Instagram and Facebook.
Keep getting kicked out. Y'all, I gotta learn how to operate this stuff.
I know it kept kicking me out at first. It kicked my phone out 5 times. I said, let me get my laptop.
It was real bad on the last one that we did. The last one, I was at one point I wanted to say, I'm not even gonna sign back on to the shit, but I'm like, no, don't do that. Just keep going back in.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe this show Instagram or what is
Instagram. That's Instagram. I'm sorry. That's Instagram. Now I feel like I need to put some shit up there.
Okay, no, if that's where you be at, I mean, which one you on?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
But y'all can do the Instagram thing. Okay. I gotta learn how to do this.
Instagram. Is that the same?
Everybody old. They don't know how to work the web.
Whatever. You probably just learned yourself.
Everybody old. Don't know how to work the web.
But I'm saying, Phoebe, do you be on Facebook?
I do be on Facebook. I browse. I don't be posting too much. Look, y'all. I'm like an introvert, right? I am very shocked that this is like my 3rd or 4th invite on this doggone thing. So I'm trying. Okay, y'all be patient.
Yeah, this is Maul asked you. Maul get everybody on a computer. He won't.
What you mean?
I'm like, what?
I just like having different personalities. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have a panel of wild motherfuckers, and I don't want to have a panel of calm motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like to mix it up.
Yeah.
It got to be a balance.
Okay. All right.
Okay, everybody got it together.
Better since the first time.
Oh, it's all good, man. I definitely enjoyed myself, man.
You said what?
JB, okay, cool.
Yeah, I said JB been doing so much better since the first time.
Hey, that first time we was getting into it.
You was fucking out. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna call him.
I had to call y'all goofy. I had to call y'all ass goofy on that screen.
Jamal, you know he like
yeah, I'm mad as hell, but it's all good, man. I'm gonna give him my outro, man. It's your boy MacMaal, man. Follow me on IG. I am MacMaal. MacMaal. I'm sorry. And I'm on Facebook at Duce Davis, man. All my viral clips is on Facebook. Duce Davis. DUSSE DAVIS. I appreciate my panel. I want y'all to tune in to JB Reacts on Saturdays. I do the panel with JB on Saturdays at 7:30 Eastern time. Make sure y'all tune in for that, man. His panels be live. And Y'all tune into my reaction videos. You know, it's new to me, so make sure y'all keep tuning in, keep subbing, man, and we're gonna keep working, man. Until then, it don't cost you nothing to push your button, man. Hit the sub, man. Peace, love, and happiness.
Peace.
All right, y'all.